I'm going to click on it and give the...
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
Hey guys, looks like your free ride's over, huh? Have fun living on the streets.
Okay, cool. Good chatting, you guys.
Tried to slide it and it just.
Did
Is
what
that
else?
what it? And the white part was extremely prominent.
I'm not judging you.
Is she really singing though, or is it one of those karaoke things?
Watch this. Watch.
Gratitude. It was like, oh, this is like, it means a lot to me. It means a lot to other people. Also inspires people to do their own thing, which is great. So many people from the fellowship go off and just do their own thing without us. Iron Oxide is out there doing his thing. It's fucking great to see. So it's a lot of, and it's fun.
What's going on, everybody? It's Friday. It's a weekly Rogues Gallery. Now back down to one weekly Rogues Gallery show on Fridays. Less confusion. So the Wednesday show is canceled. It's no more. We're going to be replacing it with Ironcast. We had a pilot episode on Wednesday with Camelot. That went really well.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun over there. And we'll be keeping everybody updated as to what the schedule for that show is going to be. A little bit of a smaller panel, more news-related topics. So we'll keep all the Disney and nerd bullshit over here. Where it belongs.
We'll keep the real controversial shit here.
Right, exactly. But we got a pretty exciting show. It's the release party for Ian Sketchy Jesus' album. So congratulations, man. How is that thing? How we doing so far on that?
Doing good, man. I gotten a lot of great feedback. I appreciate it. I didn't even know you were going to call it the release party. Like I saw the thumbnail. I was like, oh, they love me. This is
Oh no, man, it's exciting. Yeah, you don't.
I
Have
like
too many
how they
rock
love me and-
stars.
I like how I said they love me and Vagabond's like you.
I'm out.
I appreciate it. But yeah, thanks, man. It's fun to like all of the old like music friends and whatever. Like I've sent it to them. Like they're like, oh shit, you're making music again. This is awesome. I'm like, yeah, I fucking sent you the link for the single like 2 months ago. Like, but I guess an album is like a bigger deal. I don't know, but it's cool.
Nobody
It's
pays
fun.
attention to the single.
Yeah. Everyone's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. You put out a song.
Ian got
We're excited to see
Suno.ai.
where this thing goes, man, and we'll take a look at that. And I got the link to the album pinned in the chat. It is that Bandcamp link. You should find it up at the top on both YouTube and Rumble. The album's only $9, so go check it out.
You can give us a little.
Yeah. You could always give them more, but
Find it
or buy multiple. It's only $9. Get multiple albums, send them out as gifts, whatever you want to do. Donating further, we'd like to see where this thing goes. I love the idea of having it spawn into a graphic novel later on.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I want to, like I was talking with you guys last time. I definitely want to like talk with a couple of y'all or kind of get with you guys about. It's just been such a like busy and packed, like hectic month, and then doing the podcast stuff too. It's just like so much shit. But yeah, I want to talk with some of y'all about who I can talk to about making that happen and shit. That'd be fun.
Oh, absolutely, man. Hell yeah. So we're gonna get into that here in just a moment. We'll go around the horn and see how everybody's doing. Drunken Emerald Arrow, how's your week going, man?
Well, it's been a rough week. I've had double the workload. Just unfortunate that a coworker's brother suddenly died, his younger brother, and my coworker's actually younger than me. So it's been a rough week at work, and it looks like he's going to be out for another week. So I've got double the workload, double the stress, and having to put out fires. And so, hey, you want to know what? That's life. That's how things are. It's Friday. I'm ready to relax and start the weekend.
There you go. All right. Now, hopefully onto something more positive. Strider, how are you doing?
Doing pretty good. Had a fun show last night on my own story stream, and then I joined Vaughn Coleman with a discussion of Hulk the End book, which was really fun. Really meaningful discussion, and my car remains undamaged, so we'll see. We'll just see how the weekend goes.
Right.
Glad to be here.
Good time.
For now. Arza, what's going on, bud? I heard you made a little video that's getting a little bit of attention, huh?
Yeah, I got a video about Black Panther studio getting shut down, where of course I had to mention the fact that I can't believe they sheltered the studio after they probably saved so much money on not buying smoke detector batteries, and how it's going to be authentic to the experience of Black Panther throwing spears around just as his heritage allows. And of course, some people didn't like that, saying that I'm a 5'2", 300-pound 40-year-old. That's 18 years older than I am.
Yeah.
And now, of course, I got
hanging out with Ryan Roger Anthony too much, haven't you?
And yes, he's rubbing off on me, and so is his hairline, or should I say, my hairline's rubbing off. And now with my Hunter Schafer video, with her being rumored to play Zelda, that's also going to get people in a nice little tizzy. So I'm looking forward to that too.
I don't hold much stock in that rumor. I
don't either, but
I want it to happen because I want to watch videos on it.
Wanted to.
The
I want
website
Nintendo to take it out.
Go ahead, Prof.
No, I was just saying I want that to be true because I want Nintendo to take an L.
I agree with you there. The one thing is, the person who spread the rumor seems to really badly want it to happen, so it looks like they're trying to manifest the rumor into reality.
That's what I'm
probably
thinking.
more what it is. Yeah,
I think this is more just they're trying to push that person into the role or get the attention of the studio. It's not. I really don't think that's going to happen. We could get into that. That's a good topic there. Battsauce, what's going on, man?
Hey, I mean, I guess that video that they have about talking about Gen Z not doing so well, they're looking really old. Kind of true, I guess. Arza, jeez. My last video that came out is pushing me close to 700 subs. So if you want to check out my channel, Battsauce, I got some funny videos, dude. I do.
Cool.
And
I think it's more
then,
important this channel
hilarious.
gets to 700 before yours. So I'm
well, it's
go
just
ahead
going
and
to be
make that
easier
announcement
for
now.
me to get there.
I
since
wouldn't
I'm
have even thought
closer.
about it.
Yeah.
You decided to make it a competition today for no fucking reasons. You did.
So it was always a competition that you've always been losing. You had to win for a little bit, but that's all I would allow. So I put my Substack, guys. Please, that's my email list. If you would please subscribe to that to get updates for my future projects. Like one probably is going to be released next month for my audiobook for Tale of the Dunce Whisperer for a special cover and all this other stuff. Maybe a comic. Cool. Yeah, no, that's all I got.
Cool.
All right.
Right on. Now, we have a lot of conversations backstage before the show starts, and sometimes they can go a little long and cause, I have to just go live. Well, as I was doing that today, I saw that Professor Savage Dad was right in the middle of mid-sentence, and I had to push that live. And right as it started playing, I just saw him go, so now he's Professor Sad Dad. You look like a 3-year-old and someone just took the last cookie off the plate in front of him and started eating it. You look so distraught. Don't be sad, buddy. You're on vacation. You're laying down outside during the show. So how's the vacation life treating you?
Oh, it's nice up here. It's dry as shit. It's a bit like Arizona, just not as hot. The air is very dry, but it is nice. It's green. It smells good.
Cool.
There's nice air. The air quality isn't complete and utter shit. My sinuses aren't bothering me. It's been great. Lots of hiking. I've met Great White North, or not quite so white, but must have been out all day. I want to remind Arza, Hunter Schafer does have a prostate, so nobody will be offended if you call it what it is. And I've done some extensive research on this. It just so happens that only men have those. So,
really, remember he's done very extensive research.
Yes, a lot of inspections.
Not as much research on the prostate as Arza has done. I can't
figured it out.
But
so not
I
as
haven't been able
hot
to reach
as
the depths of
Arizona.
research that Arza has on prostate research. But yeah, that was funny. And yeah, I mean, I haven't been keeping up with much of shit other than happening to see some things when I was trolling X earlier. I saw that and I thought to myself, why? When Sydney Sweeney is available, she's blonde.
Sydney Sweeney, Anna Dharma,
I'll give that.
Joy, literally anybody else with
Anna Taylor-Joy. She already looks like an elf.
I would have said
Exactly.
Thaisa Farmiga. I think she'd be great.
And I just want to know which one of you simps on this panel is going to be getting one of the 5,000 bars of Sydney Sweeney's bathwater soap.
No, absolutely not.
Well, okay, that was real. That wasn't like a troll article. That was
they
real?
are making 5,000 of them. That scent is real, and she has licensed her name to it to be real. But there will be 5,000 exclusive bars of soap made with her bathwater.
I do get paid on Sunday.
Hey,
Yes, that is actually true.
Keep the information on that because I'm sure Theo would want it.
And no, actually, it's funny.
I'm
The
looking forward to
last
Theo.
person to do their introduction is probably the only one on the panel that I genuinely suspect may purchase this soap. Vagabond, how's your week going? It's good to have you back, buddy.
Yeah, yeah, that's a cat. I got many cats. So, yeah. So back from DragonCon. I mean, not DragonCon. MomoCon. Was there this past weekend. We had an incident there as well, but everything went after. Besides that, it was fun. A lot of walking and playing games and spending all my money.
Well, right on. What was the incident? If you can, yeah.
What's that again? Oh, the incident. So on Friday, someone tried to bubble themselves by climbing up some spiral stairs and jumping off in front of everybody. They got talked out of it. They evacuated everyone out the building. Me personally, I was like, why don't you just do that at home and not at the con? So like
because you wanted
you would do great on hotline.
Yeah, it would be like if I was on one of them hotlines, like, yeah, just don't trouble everybody else. Go do that somewhere in the woods or somewhere no one can find you.
Are you being serious or is this just a cry for help? I got to know exactly where to go at this.
I don't know, but I know people online are still talking about it. I'm more like,
wow.
"Well, go do that somewhere else."
I'm being pragmatic here.
No, I mean honestly, for real, like I mean, out of all the places you're going to do it in front of children. Scar them.
Or
Like,
just do it at a
like,
con. Everyone's
fuck
trying to
you,
have
dude.
a good time.
Everything
And
you're
then
saying about this, you could say about
here's-
Pride next month, Battsauce.
Here's you trying to bubble yourself because of whatever your life problems are, and
Yeah.
not to sound insensitive, but yeah, go somewhere else with that nonsense. Quit trying to ruin everyone else's time.
Yeah,
he's not a
Yeah, I
lie,
got
but
to
he's
agree with that.
right.
That's some real narcissist. It's like, yeah, we get you sad, but you're also a narcissist, and you want,
Well,
you
seriously,
got to
like,
have
every
as
kid's
much
gonna remember
attention
that.
as possible on your way out.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm glad your life is saved, but like, really, you're going that far? You're gonna be that much of a dick in your way out? I don't know. Maybe
Like,
maybe the opposite
make me
should
have
happen.
less sympathy for you. Like,
Yeah.
I would, if I saw it, I would have told you to jump.
Look, being at a con, I'm sure he's just trying to skip on having to buy deodorant.
You would have
That's
been
really
Mel
what it was.
Gibson and Lethal Weapon. Come on, you want to jump? Let's go. Come on. You say
right.
No,
Yeah,
you're back now.
give me the megaphone to talk to the person. Like, hurry it up! I'm trying to enjoy the con here.
You would have been
Vagabond's trying to
Homelander.
get stepped on. Could you please move along? I'm trying to go into the cafe to be stepped on. Hurry
Yeah,
it up.
there's maid
They're not gonna
cafes and
step on
stuff,
me
and
if I
then
have
you're
to
just
walk
trying to
inside.
like be the party pooper while everyone's getting wasted. Like, come on.
All right, let's say out of the chat real quick. See what we got in here. We got ScreamQueenSelena, who will not be joining us tonight, unfortunately, but good
Scream
to
King?
see you in the chat. Yeah, she's still taking a little bit of a break, only going on shows every now and then for the time being.
Did you say Scream King, Selena?
No, I said Scream Queen Selena.
Okay,
Selena.
I'm just making sure. I need to get the cum out of my ears.
Sorry about that.
Let's see who else we got. We got Jason Clinton. What's going on, man? We got Mayhem Productions. What is up? Sorry, I had to double check that. We got Seabats. Good to see ya. Who else we got here? We got Weasel. What's going on, man? We got the album Hero in Me Music. What is up? We got JackTarLad. What is going on, JackTarLad? And you're welcome to join too. We got Room Panel if you're open. Oh yeah, Judy Tardench is entered. I sound like Judy Dench, do I not?
It was a good impression.
Everyone, I'm Sam Bean. I'm Sean Bean.
Sean
Everyone,
might have to play
now I'm Patrick Stewart.
I've seen that video.
Patrick Stewart.
At least 10 times. I'm not over exaggerating at this point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had to rewatch it a couple times. Hello,
We got
I'm
Master
JackTarLad.
Hobo. Yeah, we're gonna play that actually. We'll do that first. Master Hobo, greetings from the Hamlet Shelter. Good to see white-faced Vagabond and black-faced Sketchy Jesus again. Hashtag family
Oh
reunion.
yeah.
It's who's the race swap of who?
Diana Gordner popping in to say hi. Hi, Diana. Who else we got here? We saw Jason. I think that's everybody. We'll get anybody else as they come in. Yep. Oh, no, I did mess with Sean. Third Ralify. What's going on, buddy?
Ew.
And
I like that.
The Devastator. I don't know if you mentioned him. Just came in.
I think I messed Devastator. Scroll
Right,
too far.
right.
Devastator, you're there. I said hi. Oh, there you are. Hey, Devastator. All right, that's everybody. We are caught up. So let's go ahead and we'll take a quick look at that video because we'll start with something fun.
Hell
yeah.
Wait, yet again. Hello, everyone. I'm JackTarLad. How do you like me AI voices?
Little backstory: we're having a great conversation about the use of AI and all the implications. It was going really good, and Jack decided to demonstrate his incredibly advanced trained AI voice modulator, where he would speak and just resurrect the voice of some legends of the British film industry. And well, it didn't go according to plan. So let me get that pulled up.
Hello, governor.
Indistinguishable, actually.
Everyone when I made fun of his accent. He's like, "Why do I sound like a fucking beetle?"
Don't you
Kind of
thought
just
that
default to
again?
one of them.
Look at this pull.
But yeah, I mean, in the meantime, I did get my copy of ISOM 3. Just came in the mail.
Oh, you
Saw
did?
a bunch of people
Mine's
were
coming
getting
Tuesday.
it.
Yeah.
It's a thick boy, man.
I'm still
Yeah,
reading. I'm still reading through Zaylan, but yes, my item has been delivered at home. I'll be. Oh, do you guys want to know what else I got while I was away?
What you got?
My DVD copy of Tiptoes for our first movie night.
Oh, you did. Excellent.
Oh, nice.
Excellent.
Oh,
I'm looking
speaking
forward to
of
that.
DVDs, at the con, I got the live action of Cromartie High School.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we
Well,
needed.
I got it on accident. Well, partially on accident. So I was at a booth at MomoCon, and I was dressed up as Corito, the Black Swordsman. I was a literal Black Swordsman, but the swords I had.
I was gonna say, is he just a normal swordsman?
Yeah, I knocked the swords I had. I knocked over some statues. So I paid the guy for the statue that was missing, like the sword that fell off or whatever. And he was like, "All right, I'll just give you your money back." And I was like, if I find the sword." He found the sword. I was like, "I'll just trade you for a DVD." So that's what I did. I traded for the live action Cromartie High School. It was between that and it was a naughty Japanese movie. Like that was the second choice. I was.
Oh, there you go.
You didn't choose that one?
At least you're not giving up your hentai collection. I mean, at least.
I have a question about a black swordsman. Does that mean that the sword is just extra long and extra thick?
Oh,
well, there was a guy also dressed up as Corito, and his sword was smaller. So maybe there's some.
Okay.
Which one smells like menthols?
This episode, the subject matter is sword size. Doesn't matter.
9 inches. Why do you ask?
Well, I mean, I could penetrate deeper.
Oh shit!
Length, girth. it's like Sephiroth and Cloud.
What that AI voice model is using is like a text-to-speech voice, which is already robotic in itself. However, the voices that I've been training, if I actually do the voice acting myself, and then I convert my voice into the AI voice, it's almost indistinguishable.
Indistinguishable.
But
Absolutely.
like I've proven previously,
Not to have your minds blown.
I still have to try.
Actually,
to
toward the end, when he actually gets it working, it does work really well.
In order for it to
But
sound
thank God it didn't
genuine.
at
If I
first.
just talk in my normal voice, it sounds like them talking like me. Do you get what I mean? So I
Yeah.
still
That's what you were
have to
dressed the
try
exact
to do accents. I still have to try to match their vocal tone and etc. etc. But if I do the actual voice acting, it's almost indistinguishable. I sound like Patrick Stewart and fucking Christopher Lee and all these famous stars that you know of. I mean, I could show you some of the voices, but I wouldn't want to take up time on the show. I could just load up the instant
Oh no, I'm liking
changer.
this conversation. Like I said, the topics are just there if we need them. I'm liking this
Right.
conversation. So yeah, if you got something you want to show, go ahead. Jack, did you get the voice? I'm curious about this. Okay, he's still working on it, but so we could go back into.
I'm not working on it. This is the voice of Patrick Stewart. Hello there.
It's
This
this
is
your
McGregor. Hello there. It does sound a little bit like you and McGregor.
This is totally artificial intelligence. We're not Skynet. We're not out here to kill you. We swear.
But yes,
This is like your audio.
Patrick Stewart, and sorry, I did mean to
Hello,
interrupt
this
you
is
there.
Patrick
But
Stewart.
this is the voice of Patrick Stewart when I'm putting the voice.
Like I'm not hearing it.
And now, if I just talk in my normal voice,
look at Drunken Emerald right now. The confusion.
I just talk in my normal voice right now. You can't tell the difference.
I think society's on the same page I'm at. I think that he thinks that he's running a joke on us, doing some Andy Kaufman bit.
you can hear that it's completely different.
I just thought it really wasn't working.
This is basically
Well.
like, you know, you had like an AI presentation, but then your audio file got deleted the night before, and now you don't have time to recreate it. So now you just winging it, hope they'll call you out on it.
You have a Zoom call pretending to be Matthew McConaughey, and I just the files. Fuck.
This one's Sean Bean.
Sean Bean.
Bastard.
How's it feel to die in every movie you in?
Holy crikey, mate! I'm David
Die
Beckham.
in every movie.
Brits don't say crikey.
I can't hear the difference at all, mate.
All right.
However, now this is Judi Dench.
That's weird.
Hello there. How are you all doing this evening?
They all still kind of just sound like you. though.
They do, yeah.
It just sounds like you're
But I
doing
can't
voices.
just do
Ours is just autistic and to the point. They all just sound like you. What's going on?
I'll be honest. I was right there with Arza.
That's where my
Like
confusion was playing into because
Can I?
why the hell
Now
not?
Judy's getting a little catty.
I'll say it doesn't have the robot likeness to it too much. So like that's pretty impressive.
You tried to throw some niceness in there. Well, it's not bad.
I honestly thought like this was his AI technology at work, and I'm like, it doesn't sound good, dude. I just didn't have the heart to tell him because I was like, man, he spent a lot of time on this. I don't want to hurt his feelings.
Right.
Guys,
Look, I know that's not the first time he's done that Judi Dench voice, though.
Oh yeah, no, it's not.
Every night, or every Friday down at the club.
But it
Well,
doesn't
it really
sound.
depends on how long you train it for.
Oh, I forgot about that movie. She hit Artemis Fowl.
Creepy. It is creepy. Yeah, it's unsettling. That's fucking Smooth the DJ has facial expressions like a cartoon character that just makes all of this so much better.
Oh, dude, I love Smoo.
Yeah, Smooth's cool. For sure.
This is your boy, Charles Dance.
So the moral of the story is that AI is going to be
Boy.
the downfall of all technological advances within the next 2 years. I just hope you guys are prepared for it.
It'll be what's that movie? With
Wait, so it's just normal
robot in the
college?
future? Well, yeah.
Oh, what is it called?
Jesus.
Wall-E. This is my favorite part. I enjoy nothing more than seeing people I care about, close friends, get extremely embarrassed.
Do you know what?
Huh.
Do you know what I've just noticed?
You haven't turned it on.
He never turned it on. He never turned
Yeah,
it on.
That's a lot. I'm like, this is fucking.
Hold on, pause. We were mocking you for like a good 10 minutes. You only just now realized it wasn't on.
Jesus.
What do you
mean I don't sound like
Judy I was with Iron Man. That was thinking it was.
I thought this was
You were
like
just rolling with it.
performance, and I thought you
Right.
were doing a skit this whole time. I'm like,
No.
holy shit.
Right, I'm gonna rerun it, you bunch of bastards.
It worked in this skit. Turned out I'm just actually retarded.
Look, I was just trying to be nice, but not saying anything.
You need the Alex Jones.
I had the wrong mic input selected, so you were just listening to my fucking mic the whole time.
It's hilarious.
Everybody had different
It
reactions.
is now funnier now knowing that you didn't know that we didn't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was like,
It's the funniest shit.
Fucking Battsauce is down here full belly laughing.
Dude, I was dead, man. I was fucking dead.
Man.
Oh man, I'm crying
That's so
again.
I was thinking, like, this is kind of weird. I'm surprised we're wasting time on this.
I didn't have the heart to tell you that it's just like
You
the
bunch
worst
of
thing ever.
bastards.
I did say it just sounds like you.
With us.
Yeah.
I did say that.
Stewart now, like,
I'll
okay.
The denial is great.
I can't believe that you fucking just let me carry on like it. You bunch of bastards.
It's like 10 minutes.
I was just thinking, maybe the program is in some like problems. Just roll
No,
with it.
I really thought he was just like fucking with it. It was just a big troll, a joke.
Yeah.
Oh my, the chat's going fucking crazy.
Well, he's really putting that tar in his name, huh?
I mean, it just adds to the belief that all British people sound the same. So, I mean,
I thought that was this joke he was getting on.
The Judi Dench one was the best because it was.
Hey, now does it sound like Patrick Stewart?
No, it just sounds like a robot. It just sounds like a generic text to speech.
It's more like Patrick Stewart.
You sound like a queer.
That's new.
Coming up next on the BBC.
Coming up next on the BBC, Arza shows his butthole.
there you go.
That
sounded
sounded
like-
a lot like him.
That's really good.
Yeah,
Sounds
so
like a BBC
the bit
Sports.
before where I was just talking into the fucking mic and you guys didn't even fucking tell me.
We did tell
That's
you eventually.
completely different to this.
It's funnier this time.
So this was the Sean Bean one.
Say
You
winter is
bastards.
coming.
Yeah, it does sound a
Winter
little
is
bit more like-
coming.
That's not what the ring is for.
Take my ring, Arza. There you go. I've lowered the pitch a bit on it now. Sounds a bit more like Sean Bean, doesn't it?
Sounds like a
Bastard.
Sean Bean side.
So this is the Judi Dench one.
It really
Oh,
is.
that sounds much better than you
Sound
sounded
like
like
Judy.
You kind of just sound like a Trune earlier. Now you almost sound like a woman.
I do sound like a woman, yes.
No,
It's
still
still
Suck my dick, bitch.
Well, I can still hear a bit of an Adam's apple.
It sounds like a Judi Dench GPS. A little.
Yeah, I was going to say turn left in
Turn left
5,000
here.
yards.
For those
Something
of
called
you
like
that
a
don't know,
roundabout.
Arza is still gay.
This is Charles Dance.
Give us some more Charles Dance, Jack.
So, Tyrion,
Say
Tell
you're
me.
not my son.
what are you going to do about your brother fucking your sister? Cunt. Yes.
This is the voice of Christopher Lee.
I have spent 250 hours to train the AI. Do I sound like Elon Musk? Damn it!
Did you have the right
Are you
mic on?
I think you had the Kermit one on by accident, my guy.
No, you are so.
I'm going to do one last one. This is Alan Rickman.
That one's good.
It's really robot-y, but sounds like him.
You know what that reminds me of? It's that Family
It
Guy
is
sketch.
a little roboty.
You know, that reminds me of the Family Guy sketch with Alan Rickman doing his answering
Hello,
machine.
Alan Rickman. This is you, Alan Rickman.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't forget to pick up
I
the
am
pop.
going
Don't
gotta give
forget
us
to
a-
take the pork chops out of the freezer.
Don't disappoint.
Got to give us a Harry Potter. Yeah.
I'll give you more than Harry Potter.
Wingardium Leviosa.
I'll give you a Hermione Granger. Shut your fucking mouth, poof.
I don't know which one's the real Alan Rickman.
Yeah, I think the Alan Rickman one worked the best. Hobo.
Right, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm done with it now. I still can't believe you let me fucking sit there and just do that terrible voice acting without the actual voices on.
You know,
Oh, it's gonna. I'm gonna make a whole clip of it, Jack. It's gonna get 1 million views.
Sweet Jesus. Never been so fucking embarrassing all my life. I didn't know where to put my face.
Tell by how confused we were.
No, genuinely, I thought you were just reacting to the voices that are generated because maybe they just weren't as good as I thought that they were. But what it turns out is you were letting me do voice acting on a fucking live stream without the AI voices there. So now I just sound like a fucking dickhead.
I sincerely thought you were just doing a bit. I thought it was a joke. I'm like, oh my god.
Do I
sound
sound like
Judy?
Do I sound like Judi Dench?
To be fair, we thought you were being shit on purpose.
You know, I kind of feel like when like a 12-year-old comes up to you and shows you their hidden talent, and it's just really shit. You gotta be really kind because it's a 12-year-old.
No, fuck that. That's 12. He's almost a teenager. You need to learn.
That's fucking hilarious.
All right. So I think we've talked
The entire
enough about
time.
AI.
The fucking chat is just full of Selena laughing her ass off.
So is this one. We still laugh at it.
Yep. Oh boy. Stream session.
Who else can I do terribly?
Who else can I do?
I will send you when I get that clipped out. I'm going to send it to you.
Please
should have
don't.
done John Lennon.
I'm already dying inside. I was actually here for it, mate. I was the one doing it, you remember? So I know how bad it sounds. I don't need to be fucking reminded of it. Thanks.
And this is Judy Dench.
This is Judy Dench.
All right.
Oh
my.
That
was
was
fun.
I was dying.
Hello, I'm
Oh,
JackTarLad. I'm using AI to do a British voice. I sound just like him.
I can't believe you let me do that.
Still, my favorite part is somehow we're the assholes in this situation.
We kind of are. I mean, somebody could have at least chatted him, dude. This thing doesn't work at all, or it really sucks. You should stop.
Nobody knew what he
now.
was doing.
That
Like,
wasn't going to be me.
No,
Are you
that's
taking
not the point of the show.
Well, that's what makes it even better. Like that was so unintentional from us, yet we're also telling him, like, dude, no, it's not working.
I mean,
he's still going with it.
yeah. It's like, maybe I'll get him with Judy Dent. Like, okay, Patrick Stewart didn't sell him. Sean Bean and Charles Dance. We're gonna pull out the Judy. This is the big guns.
Well, part of the selling for me, he was pretty good with the accents. You know, it wasn't terrible. And so I'm like, okay, maybe it's just really that bad at replicating the voice.
I would have felt really bad if he turned around very proud of himself and goes, hey, guess what, guys? I wasn't using AI at all.
Good for you, buddy. We'll put your drawing right on the fridge, right here. It'll be there forever.
Mommy says I'm special.
We're gonna have made macaroni in art class, Mom.
Oh my god.
I only ate the middle of the piece.
Oh man,
great.
So fucking great.
Yeah, that was worth taking 12 minutes of the show to revisit that.
Well, yeah,
You never know. You never know.
You realize we do the show for content, right? Like that's gold. Like that is
yeah.
Yeah, we can just keep playing that.
Jack's the start. Man, you got to realize when something like that happens to you on a show, don't like. It's like you got to embrace it because, like, okay, well, I'm the star of the show this week.
How many times have you played back the fact that I've made and ate my own birthday cake?
I know.
We got months of content out of that, you fucker. But I got to eat my cake.
I made my own birthday cake. I think those two clips need to be like in the intro, like a very, very short version of the AI voice and then the birthday cake.
The birthday cake. Yeah, they're going. I'm going to bring the birthday cake back from retirement and then just do like I'll have to do a smaller version of this one.
I completely agree with Kathy fan. Every show should start with "I'm Dame Judy Dench."
Oh man, we can make custom sound clips for the soundboard.
Yeah.
Yes.
This was Patrick Stewart.
This is your boy Charles Dance. Oh shit.
Do we have any topics? We just talk about this because I'm cool either.
Let's see. We'll just go right into the most recent thing about the Legend of Zelda casting rumors.
Oh boy.
Ay.
I don't think this is actually going to happen, but it definitely makes me angry that so many people are suddenly coming out of the woodwork being like, "This is perfect! Oh my god!" Like, stop it,
It
please.
seems like they
You're
just
taking
picked one picture of him that he kind of looked a little
This thing,
more.
Any
the
other
angle was just
screenshot-
that one.
Any other screenshot with this dude in Euphoria or anywhere else, it looks like a dude in a wig. I'm sorry, it doesn't. You can't look this elfish. When camera angles.
Hey, Strider.
Yeah.
He's not. That's his actual hair. He's not wearing a wig.
I mean,
to be
Yeah, but Theo has the exact same hair.
Right. Theo would make a better Zelda.
Hold on. I'm lost on all this. I haven't followed up on any of this. That's a dude?
That's a dude.
Yes, this is a dude. This I believe his name is Hunter Schafer. So it's a I guess the right thing to say is it's a trans girl, whatever.
Are we past the time where I can say the word?
Sure. It's for yeah, it is close.
Did you have you had like an uncomfortable whacking session to this individual just to find out that they are actually a guy? I'm just curious.
Who are you asking?
Oh, this is JackTarLad moment.
Prostate
Wait,
Hey,
that's
why's
a
it gotta be
dude.
They're
awkward?
called humans with prostates now, okay? Prostate havers, prostate wearers. I mean, that's what they're called.
Because remember, Professor Savage Dad is a professional in the prostate.
Now, you see,
No, I
the
told
only
you,
weird thing about this
Arza
one.
It's actually the professional.
Oh,
I've just read his research.
Blue-eyed Scorpio.
I'm gonna
Who's
say
saying it was
is-
uncomfortable.
Usually Zelda gives Link the Master Sword, but this time it'll be attached below her waist.
You gotta really dig for it, Link. You gotta really get in there and haul it out.
That picture, the one below, that
one.
just straight up looks like a dude.
Yeah,
could be.
because right. This one, that's just the angles. Right. Let's say that this was, even if this was an actual woman, it'd be a woman with very masculine features.
Very true.
Like,
And bigger question: the voice. Are they gonna have to AI the voice?
They'll have to. You hear this guy talk. It does not sound womanish at all.
They're gonna have the JackTarLad AI voice.
It sounds like Ellen
here
Page,
we can
you know?
hear the voice. Let's
Have
see
you
what
seen
I've-
a TikTok go viral about a fan wanting you to play Zelda in a live action movie based on what you wore to the Vanity Fair party?
No, I did not.
They were like, cast her right away. Is that something you'd be interested in, or a role you would like to
Yeah.
pursue?
I mean, yeah, that would be cool. Like an elf, yeah. And I mean, I played that video game a bunch when I was a kid. That's such a good game.
Have you seen?
Yeah, nah.
I call bullshit on that last statement.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's like
He's a dude, so I mean, it could be true.
Like which game there, Hunter? That game? Which one?
I
when
mean,
you were a kid?
he
There
could
was
have
a-
played it when he had to save the princess. No, but I don't know. I think you could do Mary Kate and Ashley's sister.
Oh, Elizabeth Olsen, that wouldn't be a bad choice. I liked whoever said it earlier. What's her name? That real elfie looking girl
Anya
from
Taylor-Joy.
Mad Max. Yeah, Anna Taylor-Joy. That'd be pretty dead on.
in fucking everything.
Yeah, but she would
that's
she'd actually be good in this because she's actually she's a good actress. Her eyes do all the acting for her, which is pretty much means Zelda doesn't even need to talk all that much.
I've got a question for you. What's worse, Hunter Schafer, Zendaya,
or
Rachel Zegler? You got to choose one. Go.
Wait, what
One
is the
to play.
choice?
You need one to play.
Fuck, Mary, kill.
Are we talking about to play
Hunter
Zelda,
Schafer,
right?
Zendaya, or Rachel Zegler?
Yeah, are we playing Fuck, Marry, Kill? Or are we playing Who's a Better
Which
role?
one's going to play Zelda? You got to pick.
Okay, thank you.
I'm taking the dude, honestly.
Yeah, I'm taking the guy.
Well, at least the dude's white. I would honestly say out of the three of them, I would say Zendaya because Yeah, she's in too much, but I have seen her in things where her acting isn't total shit. She can act all right. She looks enough like the character physically, aside from the the shading. She looks
Melanin.
yeah, aside from the melanin, she looks enough like the character. Rachel Zegler is just a terrible actress. So
you could do Scarlett Johansson.
Too old.
Yeah, too old.
Little old. She could play Zelda's mom if you know, like.
Oh yeah.
I think in Link, the second one, the one for NES. I think if you read the story that was included in the instruction book, I think they mentioned her parents because Zelda's put to sleep under a sleeping spell. It's been decades since I played that fucking game. Though.
I'm not familiar with any Zelda games where her mom's alive.
I was you played the second one on NES because that's the one I'm thinking of. Her mom and her dad are alive.
There's different time. There's a whole timeline that her and Link are reincarnated all the time. So
right.
So it depends which version you are talking about.
Yeah, but again, it just I think Scarlett Johansson actually would be pretty good as Impa. That'd be if you're going Ocarina of Time timeline, that'd be pretty awesome.
I can agree with that. All she'd have to do is the voice. It'd most likely be a CGI character.
Wait, for what character?
Impa.
I would do Gina Carano.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That's good. No, that's better. Yeah.
You know, there's only one Zelda game I want to see adapted to the big screen, and that is the greatest Zelda game of all time, Spirit Tracks.
No, Twilight Princess or Majora's Mask.
Yeah. What is this Spirit Tracks bullshit?
Yeah, what's that?
No, my favorite Zelda
Hunter
game was
Schafer would be
Twilight
very
Princess.
tied to it.
Wait,
Twilight Princess would be awesome. I love that.
Well, my favorite's Twilight Princess or Majora's Mask. Well, I also like Ocarina of Time, but Majora's Mask is like my top one.
Those are the top three for sure.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time is actually my favorite.
So you're only saying that because you haven't played Spirit Tracks.
I played Spirit Tracks. It's just Majora's Mask.
Game?
Yes.
The Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess are just superior.
Fucking Zelda for the autists.
Yes.
See, they're only posting the most flattering pictures of the dude. And the most glamorized, perfectly crafted, probably touched up a bazillion times. That's what he actually looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not Zelda. I'm sorry.
It looks like one of the Hanson kids from back in the
90s.
Yeah, he could play
Not
Kurt
yet,
Cobain.
but there's a 41% chance he will be. Ian.
I was going to say, at a certain point, almost Theo could then end up playing Zelda.
That took me a intro, Dad, but I got it.
Like he could play Kurt Cobain. He could still wear the dress.
Look, the one thing that I said in favor of Hunter, and I'll say in favor.
Oh, that chin's too chiseled. That's not old Zelda.
You could cut Diamond of that jawline. Jesus Christ.
Zelda typically has a very angular face shape, and that's the one thing. Hunter is kind of like Blair White. It's clear that he got intervention treatments early in development, so he didn't go through too much of male puberty. And honestly, if we lived in a normal timeline where everybody wasn't so goddamn obsessed with this, and we knew for a fact it wasn't for identity politics, this might almost be a viable casting.
No.
Just because he does kind of look like Zelda in certain
this
depictions.
picture does not look like Zelda. Like, yes.
No, dude. No.
Like,
of course, granted, he only looks feminine with makeup on.
Well,
I've seen pictures of a pear with a nice ass if you put it at a right angle. I'm just saying.
Right.
So-
And here's the other thing. We live in a world right now where we're removing voice actors that have done characters for decades because of this bullshit, because you have to have the right person that looks like the character playing the character, even in a fucking voice role when it's not supposed to matter at all. You know, they got rid of Hank Azaria, quit playing Apu and apologized like a pussy. So did the guy who did Cleveland Brown's voice for Family Guy in the Cleveland Show.
Yeah, that was kind of the funny point of Cleveland.
Yeah.
And it was voiced by a white guy because he was kind of a white black.
Yeah.
Like,
We're called gingers now.
There's an Asian guy that plays Chris Tucker when it's on any animated version of Chris Tucker.
Are you serious?
Yeah. If
There's
you've
nothing
seen
wrong with that.
Friday, the animated series, he sounds like Chris Tucker. I'm like, give him a fucking role as Chris Tucker.
Oh no way!
It's
Actually,
weird. It's almost like acting. You have to assume a role of someone that you fucking aren't.
Yeah.
That's weird, right?
The
I
dad
think
from Fresh Prince did the voice of Shredder. You know, a Japanese man. Ooh.
Hey, that's
I did. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he was fantastic.
Also, conversely, the guy, I think I don't remember his. He's a prominent Korean voice actor. He's actually done quite a few roles, including Ratatoskr in fucking God of War Ragnarok, a Norse squirrel in God of War, a Norse mythological figure in God of War, and nobody batted an eye about that because if the voice actor is good enough, it doesn't matter, but it has to be the voice actor.
I mean,
how dare
we'll look at the most obvious one. James Earl Jones was playing a white guy.
Yeah. Well, so like when it comes to voice acting, you're not seeing the actor, you're hearing them. So as long as they can make the voice fit for the character, it's fine.
And that's kind of my point. Is the same group that are, obviously all for Hunter Schafer playing Zelda are the same ones that cried and pissed and moaned about voice actors not representing the right identity of the character.
It's funny because go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I just don't understand why they don't have it actually be a squirrel.
Yeah,
but it's funny because I actually covered Hunter Schafer in my video today, and the funny thing is, he had a crash out on social media like a year ago because his passport has a nice little M on the gender section, freaking out because how could a piece of paper that was him, and if he has to be represented by a letter on a piece of paper to be true, how could he ever play a Hylian when no document would ever classify him as such?
And that is a great segue into another video I had pulled up anyway. Did anybody watch The Culture War with Tim Pool today?
I watched a lot of it. Yeah, actually.
I heard about it. That, basically, he invited the perfect young. She was she considered herself a moderate, a sane liberal. Yeah, she just thinks all of these same things the insane ones think as well.
Yeah, it's basically Destiny with tits.
Wait, who?
God. Let me see.
Destiny already has tits.
I was gonna say so. Destiny.
Sure. Yeah.
But her big argument, her big thing was about the passport thing.
It's some erudite. Fucking, I forget her fucking name.
So female Destiny. So instead of being addicted to coke, she's addicted to cock.
Well,
Destiny. Well, you sure you're not talking about Destiny?
Hold on.
I'm guessing she's
all this applies to Destiny.
Arza, okay, did you hear? Well, so when all that shit was going on with Destiny and all, like his texts, his DMs were being leaked and like all that stuff. Yeah. Did you hear the most disturbing part about that?
No, it was the most disturbing part.
So when he was talking to his I guess now ex-wife, whatever, or what, I don't know. He probably still watches from the cuck chair. He said that he likes to. I'm gonna try because we're on YouTube. I'm gonna try and say this the best way I can.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say.
He likes to have a dude bust in his wife.
Yeah.
And then eat the children.
There's a name for that if you look it up on Urban Dictionary. I'm not going to say it, but
it's in Clerks.
It's kind of
that
like
just
that.
Came out before the videos, though. Like she was texting that, being like, "I can't believe my ex." Like I remember him asking me to do this like the other day.
I saw it when it came out with all that. Well, pun intended. When it came out with all of that, and I was just like, "How is this not the focus of what the fuck?"
He just wants
I think that's
his
called the
protein
Bavarian
shots
cream,
to have a
you know?
little bit of seasoning.
Oh god.
Urban Dictionary. There's a name for it out there. I'm just telling you guys. It's
Who was this person in the culture war thing? Let's get off Destiny. Jesus.
Don't
get on Destiny.
Can we not fucking get off Destiny?
Hey, you should all feel hopeful watching Destiny. Every single person on this panel has a chance to make it big. You just, I can't explain.
I don't have near enough self-loathing to be that insufferably dickish.
You can get a wife strider. You just need to get out there, dude.
Now,
Even Arza could get a wife or a husband or whatever it is he's doing this week.
Just, I mean, hey, the market is so bad. Just import.
I really
tariff.
Could do that too, Drunken.
I know you're gonna bring up the that chick or whatever, Iron, but at the same time, I'm still I just there's a point of contention that I have with the intro, is that you still have not put Strider's face on the Ricada video.
No, somebody else did that already.
Which one? Because here's the thing: there's also the one where he had the crash out with Keanu a couple days ago. That would have been hilarious.
No, I'm talking about the Ricada video.
Oh, I know.
Somebody did that. Ian, Release the McCracken did that.
Yeah, Release McCracken already got him.
Brilliant.
I'm gonna get the one where he's screaming, "Yeah, I taught her how to do coke. I taught her how to do Molly." I'm gonna get
Iron,
that one.
you should save it for when the body cam footage comes out, and then put Strider's face on Ricada.
That's the thing.
The body
Right
cam
now,
footage.
the body cam footage has been delayed. Don't know if it's gonna get.
No, there were reports recently that it's supposedly getting moved out. Like they've dismissed. It's not being used as evidence or putting forth as evidence. So now there's a more high. Some stuff came out in Kiwi like in the last few days.
I'm talking about what came out today.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's not today. Okay.
Apparently, the state of the Candiyoha County
It was blocked.
is prohibiting. Being released, but they're not. That's not stopping them. They're going to take this all the way because they legally cannot do that.
Nope.
Yeah,
It's like the body cams.
But here's the thing: it's just as good because we have a whole transcription of it, and it's as nasty as you would have thought. All you have to do is quote that thing, and it will still get under his skin. This is not a win for Nick. He may celebrate it as a win.
Oh man, we should reenact that as a skit with Strider. Let's reenact it with a skit. We'll get Strider to be Ricada, and
here's the thing.
And we'll just read the transcript. We'll go through it.
And hire actors.
We can act it out. Theo can be one of the cops or the dealer, whichever one you want to do. Theo should be Keanu.
The next episode of Strider's show, it will be Strider reading the transcript.
You know what? Yeah, I will.
That's just what we got to do for next Vegas meetup: is pay a bunch of stripper policemen to arrest Strider and reenact it.
And reenact the
there we go.
Body cam transcript. Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
So what you're saying is that the next time I have Strider on my show, I should say with special guest Nick Ricada.
Yeah.
So why was the Civil War podcast brought up?
Okay, great point. See, we were talking about Hunter Schafer, and apparently he was one of the ones really upset over the putting biological sex on passports.
Yeah.
And the episode today, I'm going to bring it up. They were talking about how there's been a shift in young men from the Democrat Party to the Republican Party, or conservative, or just not voting for them, really.
Yeah.
And they brought this woman on to argue it. She considers herself more of a moderate. She's not.
She's a moderate liberal. She said she's like a reasonable liberal. I'm like, for one woman, and for two, liberal. Like that's fucking oxymoron.
Well, also
it's like believing in the fucking unicorn or hot lesbians. They don't fucking exist.
Also, to quote the real Charles Dance, not JackTarLad, any man who has to say "I am the king" is no true king. Anyone who has to declare themselves a moderate centrist liberal is no moderate centrist liberal. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, you know what happened to all the moderate centrist liberals? They're fucking conservatives now. They didn't change either.
Yeah, and real quick, one thing that bugs me about her too, and I don't know if this is going to be in the clip that we're watching, but this is one thing that bugs me so much about it. It's mostly leftists and or liberals or whatever. After they say a point that makes no fucking sense, they say right, and then they keep going. So it's this weird thing that they all do. Like they're trying to convince you of the dumb fucking smooth brain shit that they just said. And then, but they keep going on. It's like they're like, right, okay. And you understand that this is happening. This is the way it goes, right? And then, and right, and it's like, no, wrong. Like you're wrong. Like what the fuck are you talking about?
They don't give you a chance to refute it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, hold on. And she also, I know I'm gonna fucking go off before we fucking watch because you should piss me off. She the whole time she was talking. She took fucking 75-80% of the goddamn show. And then when someone was trying to talk and answer her question, she's like, well, you have to let me finish. I have to let me finish a point. And I'm like, bitch, shut up. No one wants to hear you talk, really. Like, you literally just came on here so we can all fucking roast you in the chat. Like, that's the only reason why you came on the show. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she's not only a perfect representative of why young men are leaving her party, but she's also the reason a lot of young men are choosing to be fucking single.
Yeah.
It's
it's a choice, guys.
She's not an unattractive girl, but my God, no one would want to spend more than 5 minutes with her.
Conflict zone, and oh heavens, me, my passport, dude. That you die. You go to conflict zones. You assume the risks of who you are and what you are, and this idea that you are entitled to special privilege to go to a foreign country where you may be killed in any circumstance is laughably insane.
What's the best?
And before she starts, I want to bring out the point. The reason why having biological sex on passports is because a passport gets you into another country with other laws. The rest of the world doesn't just hold all these fucking liberal kumbaya values that they have. She's trying to push that on to other worlds, other parts of the world that have fucking laws that are gender based. They're there for a reason. So life isn't fair. If you don't want to go there and run the risk of what could happen to you, then I guess you can't go. There be certain things. I have no problem with fucking trans people existing. That's not a problem, but life isn't fair. That just means you can't do certain things because of who you are. You can't be a man who's believes he's a woman, compete in women's sports and dominate the fucking sport. That's not fair to women. So I'm sorry, life's not fair to you.
Yeah, just like Chinese people can't like come over here and take a shit in the middle of in the fucking mall.
Right.
Wait. Hey.
Chinese people don't do that. That's a whole other demographic.
Indian specific. More Indian than Asian.
Well, also consider this. You go to a foreign country, you get hurt. You get hurt. You need some kind of intravenous drugs or something, especially when it comes to anesthesia. Men and women process anesthesia at completely different levels. If you are a man and you're given female levels of anesthesia, you wake up in the middle of an operation in immense pain because they haven't given you enough. Or if conversely, they give it to you as a woman, they give you a man's dose, you're dead on the table.
Exactly.
And they have no
That's
idea
why
what happened until they cut up in your pants.
gender
Like,
is not a thing.
Okay.
It should be on your identification. It should, no matter how you identify, we need to know what you are for those reasons. It has to say that in order to be able to possibly save your life.
Okay, and
gender is and has always been a synonym for sex. That's all it is.
Gender refers to the English language. So like a gendered word, a gendered noun is whether it's not male and female. So gender refers to words, sex refers to people.
Yeah, and no, that's a psyop too. Anyways, like it's just always just been a synonym. There's still legal documents that say gender, and it'll be M or F. Like it's always been that way. It's this new age thinking that they're trying to be like, oh no, it's actually two different things. No, it fucking isn't.
John Money thought so too. The abusive child.
The guy who kind of started it.
That guy. You do not have to redeem.
Do not redeem. Do not. Jesus, what were you trying to say? Sorry.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say, Emerald. Yeah, like I'm not, and I think someone else said in the chat. I'm not saying that in India that they don't fucking shit in the street, but like
I call it food there.
Yeah, and then they wipe with one hand, eat with the other. It's a different. It's like shitting in the street with different steps. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, but I've heard plenty about China. They just like shit in the street for no fucking reason, like, and it's like allowed there. Like, what? How is this? Okay, like someone
to be fair, they can do that in San Francisco. I mean, they just got to move to the right part of the country.
I think that's why Gavin Newsom brought in the CCP. That he was trying to like normalize it.
Yeah.
There are far better ways to appease your scat
Gavin's
addiction.
now a moderate. Gavin's now a moderate.
Benefit of changing any of these passport things except
in
for
1993 there was a law passed in the United States because forever. When medical testing was done for drugs, they did not do it on women. And so when women would go to the hospital with pain, they'd say, take this painkiller. And the woman would say, it hurts. And they go, women are such fucking babies. And then they were like, hey, maybe drugs work differently on men and women due to physiology. So they passed a law saying from now on, medical research has to be done on both men and women because we are just kind of realizing the drugs work differently on women. So if someone, considering men and women have different organs, quite literally, there's a reason for why we designate your gender
on your passport.
On every, it's an ID.
Why on my passport does it need to say for somebody who in every single way, it's like Blair White,
sure.
Look at them and say, it looks like a woman.
Are women allowed to walk around outside in Islamic nations? Without a man?
I was going to say with a man and usually covered, yes.
So with a man. So if a female decides to get a visa to...
Do you think that a Blair White could walk around in Islamic countries without a man because they'd be like, well, she's trans? No, of course not.
Of course not.
So the
And
war
so why
correspondent
do
is
you
already going...
think you ever...
No, Blair White
would have a
off
whole
near
series of
rooftop.
problems if she went there. Okay, there's
Yep.
this is the thing. So guess what? Maybe if you're trans, you can't go to the Middle East because her argument is a friend of hers is a wartime journalist or something like that. So she wants to go to war countries, dressed in a wig and and not get outed because their life would be in danger. But no, there's just some things you can't fucking do, buddy. Sorry.
The rest of the world is not your gender studies playground, and if you treat it like that, you are going to die. I'm sorry, life is so hard, complicated for you.
It sounds
Well,
like
you know
Darwin.
what the thing
to me.
is-
I'm all for letting him do it. Like send him there. Oh, you want to do that on Iran? Yeah, go here. Bye.
Well, they
I think
do
we
want
should
to
do
do
it
it because
for Palestine.
legally in the Middle East, they are not allowed to exist there. However, they're almost all of them want them there because they have weird sex fetishes.
Yeah,
like all of them.
There are ladyboys all
And
over the
weird-
place, but
No, I
they're
mean like
allowed
weird
in
sex
the-
like rules, like boy love, man love Tuesday or whatever, or man love Wednesday,
Yeah.
whatever it's called. Like that's just other fucked up things.
Yeah, they do. That's a whole other. We could go on that.
Yeah.
We really want to go down the rabbit hole of fucked up things that they do in other countries.
Fucking
I mean, I
hell.
kind of deal with the shitting in the street, but
I mean, we already know that the vast majority of them are products of incest, right? Like, what is that, 70-80%? I mean,
Dude, no, it's something crazy like that.
Pro Dad, that's my line.
I know.
I was going to say, I heard that from you.
Are you trying to fucking take my shine? Yeah, no, Master Hobo. Yeah, you're correct. I think Blair is completely said plenty of times, I'm a dude.
Yeah, with a mental disorder.
Well, Blair was
even the lady boys in Thailand and stuff, they know they're dudes and they're not women.
Yeah, and
it's only here in the States and other Western countries are like, oh, well, they're trying to blur the lines between men and women. And like they'll make up some nonsense of like, oh, there's the Native Americans had some shit that they made up recently.
Yeah, and I think Tim brings up here in a minute, or maybe it's here, maybe it's a little bit later, but talks about Buck Angel, who I've had Buck Angel on our show twice. One of the funniest fuckers ever. Like, Buck Angel was born a woman and now presents as a man, it's a transsexual is what, and I'll say a he because he looks like fucking Goldberg. Okay, like I'm sorry, and I've said it to his fucking face. Like I will say he, I'm fine. Whatever there's no way if you walk into a woman's bathroom, there's gonna be fucking problems. And like when I first asked him like, hey, you want to be on the show? First thing was like, yeah, friend, like that'd be awesome. Can we make fun of trannies? And I was like, yeah, please, we are now allowed.
Would you also transition to a Jew?
You can do that, Battsauce. Dude. I learned this week after that one, whatever that blob was that they said supposed to be helping the Democrats swing the male voter back to them.
Yeah.
That money laundering scheme they launched. When I saw that thing, I'm like, oh, I can identify as disabled now too. I didn't know that was a thing. Apparently, she does that. So I'm like, well, hell, I'm gonna figure out what my malady is.
What they missed is that's kind of a brilliant marketing strategy, because what they meant by pull people back into the Democrat Party is pulled back into her orbit.
Yeah, I was assuming it was a gravitational force reference, not a
Right.
anybody's going to take that serious after looking at it reference.
If we got time, I've got that one pulled up too. Let's get back to
The
this.
right
real
to
quick.
subvert the laws of a
That
foreign
one's a funny
nation
one.
that has invited you into their country.
How is it subverting the laws?
Lying to subvert their laws, which have specific gendered laws. You say, I should have a government document that lies so I can break the law in that country. Is an absurdity.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. The laws that they would be breaking is that if Blair White has M on their passport, I guess Blair should be walking around without head coverings and wearing like keffiyeh and not having a person, which they would kill her for because they would see a woman.
And she's not understanding the point of any of this.
Nope.
It's just
Yeah.
like, well, why wouldn't we just?
Why go?
Yeah.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah.
It's
Why would
just
Blair White go
it
to-
goes over
Blair
her
White-
head so many fucking times. It's
I
infuriating.
love that she's sitting there. What's funniest about this to me is she's sitting there misgendering Blair White when Blair White has said, "I'm a dude."
and also like, as someone who would be pro-choice, is not realizing that the choice is theirs on whether or not to go to the country with the laws that want them dead.
Yeah.
So
no, I mean,
where's the
like I said before? Well, like I said before, it's just like it's the same reason they really want to desperately go over to the Middle East. Is the same reason the OnlyFans go, because they fucking get paid like thousands upon thousands of dollars to do really messed up stuff that they don't talk about. It's the same thing. They're desired over there.
That's the main reason why I think.
Like Saudi princes bring over models like crazy to do depraved sex acts. It stands to reason they'd want like a transgender people to make it even more depraved and even more weird, because they get freaky over there.
Yeah, they try and make them fly.
What's this chick's name?
Hey, yeah,
That's not funny, but that's really funny.
Class?
No, what's this chick's name?
What right do you have to?
Oh, let me find out.
It's her name's Kyla Turner. I went and I looked on the
Kyla
thing.
Turner.
Kyla Turner, and it's she's not so erudite. So she literally is in the Destiny orbit. She's one of the fucking.
Oh no!
How old is she?
Okay, and real quick, someone said in the chat of this video, someone or in the comments or whatever, said that I can't. It sounds like Destiny, but just a female, and now I can't hear it any different. And after I read that, I was like, "Fuck."
How old is she?
Like,
Yeah, you guys didn't know Destiny
Probably
transitioned into this shit.
25 to 30.
Well, the thing is, none of this matters. None of this matters because you're still going into another country and violating their laws.
Yep.
Don't do that. Don't expect to be
You're
treated with
colonizing their laws.
Right? Like,
The problem with her, the problem with this chick, she hasn't had a masculine man, and she's talking on it. And so, like, she's talking about masculinity. She's gonna end up like Anita Sarkeesian having like a 45th birthday marrying, like having a celebrating a birthday.
She's gonna do a Strider.
Have a wedding.
Yeah, she's gonna be making cake for herself.
She probably already had a wedding for herself, and I'm just assuming she's a lesbian.
No, she got married to a cat for sure.
Yeah, probably one of those things.
She got married.
I don't know,
to-
she
I heard her
talks like
say on
she's
the
got a
show
permanent
she actually had
infection.
a husband.
Wait, go find her husband.
Find him.
Well, the guy's probably like the least masculine guy you can think of.
Oh yeah, no, I bet.
Her
So.
husband
Very
is thinner than Vaughn
non-threatening.
Coleman.
Yeah, he probably eats fucking corn on the cob for the shape.
He eats it the long way,
You'd
bro.
probably let a
For real.
black guy fuck her for
Ribs.
racial equity.
For your pleasure.
Yeah, she's got a husband who's smaller than Destiny, and then she's got a bull named Jaquan Midnight that she calls on Friday.
Well, I'm saying like whoever her husband isn't doing a good job. So, I'm just saying because then she probably throw all that nonsense out the window if someone was actually laying it down right.
They usually do.
I was about to say, you're a feminist until the guy likes you back, or you get a good dicking.
All right, let's get back to the passport thing.
Sorry, I just have to do the toxic masculinity right now.
We're talking specifically about your friend who wants to go to conflict zones in foreign countries and lie to their government to get privy access.
You have the right to go and do your work.
You do not have a right to someone else's nation. they grant you a privilege to enter under visa.
Sure, but not the issue is that you're making it seem like I would grant you that if it was the other nations getting mad at America, being like, put M on trans passports. But that's not what happened. Trump made the decision.
And she's making the whole point for us how liberal women think with nothing but emotion. Like, well, it's mean to do that, so we have to do it this way. The whole world has to adhere to what we think is nice.
Did you watch the very beginning of it when she was talking about how men and women are like they're both emotional and they both like, you know, women are rational and like all this stuff, and I'm like, are you fucking retarded? Like, do you not like this? Just goes to show how leftists and liberals and fucking 95% of females know nothing of what they speak of, but they talk fucking 100 times more than men do.
Well, you know, some women are logical like Gal, and some men are emotional like Theo.
You're literally saying we have the right to another country while discussing the paperwork that allows you access of which you don't have a right to.
So she believes in colonialism.
Dude, she should work for the CIA. She should work for the CIA. She has some really good CIA properties.
Right? Well, the reason she believes that is because that's how it works over here. That's how she believes that it works over here. Every other country can do whatever the fuck they want over here just because they're foreigners and we're tolerant or whatever. That she thinks that the entire rest of the world runs like the United States is now. And it's not going to work. And people are going to find out.
And this is why if people like her were in charge, we'd be an Islamic country within 5 years.
100%.
Oh, yeah, she'd be in a hijab and pregnant with like triplets because
just wondering
that would be
what
happened.
Well, there is no hypothetical because look at London, look at the UK, look at Ireland. Like they have more.
Of London.
You have more people named Muhammad there than Roger, for God's sake.
And why do you think that they always endorse politicians that are on the left that do not share the same values that they have, that are complete polar opposite, but they will endorse them and get them power in countries that they want to take over? Starting to make a little bit of sense.
A little bit.
To himself, unrelated to any external pressures. I'm not even sure why.
You said they could be killed.
They could be killed if Blair White.
Would the government take action against this person?
They probably would get in major trouble at the border at all.
Agreed.
They would.
So you're asking the U.S. government to produce a false document to lie to a foreign government.
It's not. Are you saying that it was a false document before, that the government was just lying this entire time?
If you're a man and they put female on your passport, they're lying.
Well, if you put gender and put woman, isn't that fine?
There's no W. It's male or female. Those are sexes. It's biology.
Sure, but couldn't we just update the passport to be gender?
No.
He argues like a high school, like a 16-year-old girl.
So instead of instead of following the rules that we have now that everyone fucking follows, this bitch wants to fucking change everything because my feelings are hurt. Shut up.
She argues like a high school teenager. Like, I can't take anything she says seriously. There's no evidence. There's no facts. There's nothing to be brought up that's even making a point. It's just her crying about Blair White all the time. Blair White's a fucking dude and has said so. Like, oh my God, I want to.
I just want to point out that she said that her friend is going to get killed because of Blair White. She did just say that. I'd also love to see how this woman would respond to getting a speeding ticket.
Her friend is going to get killed because her friend's an idiot. And frankly, everyone that does that crap, you know what? Queers for Palestine, go there.
Please,
I applaud you for it.
Hey, I've got a roof to sell those people.
Darwinism the whole way through, guys. Every single inch of it. Do it.
May God bless and keep you all far away from us.
I've said it plenty of times before that, like, with the abortion thing, with the trans stuff, with this, with that, it's like obviously morally and my opinions and my ideals that I have, I'm against all of it. But when you think about it, the lefties are the ones that are aborting their children so they don't carry on their bloodline. They're sterilizing themselves, they're sterilizing their children, and then they're also lighting themselves on fire here and there. So we just have to fucking wait them out 20 years.
Well, we don't even have to wait them out 20 years. Gen Z was already more conservative. Gen Alpha is already more conservative than Gen Z.
More of their line.
It's already happening.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All you have to do is keep the schools away from them, and they're going to die off.
And that is the problem. Here's the problem. They don't want their own kids. They want to change yours.
Exactly.
That's why they've infected colleges, even down to elementary schools. They're
and you got to deal with that shit as a parent.
That's why they want to take over the fucking media and inject all of this into all these properties that are, we like them. We're nerds, but really they're it's kid shit. Comic books, fucking MCU,
Video
Star
games.
Wars, Doctor Who. Video
That's why you have
games.
to you have to monitor this shit with your kids. You have to talk to them about the school teachers. You have to tell them the shit that goes on in schools. Like I show my teenager this, and thank God this just yesterday I learned for the first time the greatest news I could get as a father of a 14-year-old. He has a girlfriend for the first time.
Oh,
that's awesome.
So fucking cool. Yeah, I was happy to hear that.
But here's the thing, like liberalism, like queerness, like all that shit, it's just another social contagion. And that's why they need to conquer these things. And the problem with social contagions is they cause mental disorders. They cause you to go insane. I mean, have you guys seen the various threads of either trans people or liberals or both saying that they need to arm themselves because they must be an armed militia to protect their rights? And then every single person underneath it says, I can't trust myself with a gun. Both trans people and liberals are too afraid to own a gun because they know for a fact that 41% is going to go up to a 90% real fucking fast.
Yeah, and me, as being the dickhead that I am, I just want to be like, no, go buy it.
Yeah, have one. Go for it, buddy.
Yeah,
It'll make you feel better. It'll make up for the fact that your dick doesn't work if you go get one of those as a trans man.
Let's get an exercise in impulse control.
Hold on. All right, Emerald, tell everybody where you're going to be, what you got going on tonight.
I will be starting a GoFundMe to help the Queers for Palestine have a pride parade down the center of Gaza Strip. No, later tonight, I have at 9:30 PST, insert title here. It is a last Friday of the month, which means it is the dumpster fire known as Free for All Friday. I'm going to be shortly heading over to Sean and Gina's stream. And then tomorrow morning at 8:30 PST, we have Cavecast. And then at 11, we have Touch Grass with Theo Snodgrass.
Awesome. And I'll see you on both of those in the morning, man.
Yep.
And
y'all have a great night.
Later, dude.
Hey, dude.
See you
later.
Sub to Drunken Emerald Arrow. Follow him on Rumble as well. And Professor Savage Ed. You're getting out of here, right?
Yep, I got to go start making dinner. It's actually 8 o'clock here, but there's enough light out that I can stream with no lighting and nothing. It's weird this far north. The sun doesn't go down till like 10 something, and you can even still see sun after 10 o'clock. But tonight, I need to get dinner done because tonight I'm going to film the Aurora Borealis. They say it'll be down this low, so I'm gonna get fed up and work on that. But other than that, huh?
Which club is she dancing at?
Dude, I'm in West Yellowstone. There's no clubs up here. They're at a bar.
Every time
But
Alice, I think of that old Simpsons skit, like Skinner's in there and he's trying to keep the superintendents out of the office. What are you looking at, Skinner? The Aurora Borealis here this time of year? Yes,
the entirety Borealis.
No.
But besides my photography adventures, catch me next week. First episode of Long Boxing, first normal episode of Long Boxing will be next Thursday afternoon, I believe, or evening. We'll see. It might move to, I'm not sure yet, but next Wednesday or Thursday, I'll be jumping off, doing my comic book show. I'll be on with MSK next week. I'll be back here next Friday. And I will be on with you, Ian, near the end of the month over on Whiskey Capitalist.
He's going to be on Whiskey Capitalist on June 30th, on Monday.
Yep.
Monday, June 30th.
So I'll be around a few places. You may see a couple streams pop up as I drive home as well over the weekend. But other than that, I'm going to jump out and go make dinner, guys. It has been fun.
Cool.
And remember, everybody, men have prostates and girls have uteruses. Later.
He will check that. He will check that.
Yeah, I'm gonna need
Yeah,
the
and
fact
Professor's here to inspect both.
I hope so.
I
am a
wondered why
professor.
they called him Professor. Now you know.
I'm a professor of methodology. PH double D.
All right, let's get back into this real quick.
Not
Because we're identifying a biological structure of human beings for a purpose because different laws.
on the passport.
Indeed, it's an ID. And we have international treaties with foreign nations because they have different laws than us. This idea that Americans get to go and do whatever they want whenever they want is so stupid.
That's not what I'm advocating for.
You think an American male should be able to get a passport that says they're a female so they can enter a country where it's illegal and do things that are otherwise illegal?
I think that the idea that, like, you were basically saying that Trump is pro-trans in every way, and I said
I didn't say he was pro-trans.
You said that he was very
moderate on the issue.
Nice deflection
And
there.
I think
Nice
Tim
deflection.
could have. He should have brought. People are too quick to only point out the men to female trans. Like, what would it? What would it happen to? What's his name? Buck, the one we were just talking about.
Buck Angel, right?
Yeah, he would have the same problems if he went to a country like that, trying to abide by their laws and secretly identify as a guy.
Well, worse than that, though, if a trans man, meaning a female cosplaying as a man, went to that any kind of Middle Eastern shithole and got caught, she would be subject to some of the most inhumane tortures because she's a woman doing this. They don't like for men, they kind of let them go, but for women, that you take on an especially dangerous risk doing that. You already do that as a woman, but do that as a woman cosplaying as a man. Good God, you're going to be torn apart in the streets.
Yeah, and that's why we just have to. It's like life just isn't fair. Sometimes if you're.
It's like
those are the cards you're dealt. You can't do everything that you think I should get to do that because it makes me feel good. No, it's just not how things are.
It's the same thing that I say about most like libertarians, which I'm like conservative libertarian, I would call myself, but most libertarians don't live in reality. Like they live in like, this is what I want it to be, which is great. And I'm not saying your ideals aren't great and aren't awesome. And in a perfect world that would work, but you have to like deal with the reality that you're in and then try and like put in those ideals that you have where you can. And like it's a lot. And I mean, Vagabond, I know you're an ANCAP. So I mean, I think we talked about this when you were on the show too. Like,
yeah, we did.
Yeah, there's so many times where it's like, dude, I get you and I understand where you're coming from. That would be awesome in this utopian society where everyone just follows liberty and no one tries to fuck with each other and everything like that. But we live in reality and we have to go by what we can with the people that we have in our thing. And that's this kind of conversation too. She's going off of like, well, we should just be able to do whatever we want. Well, bitch, you can't.
Yeah, like for instance, if I okay, my property's paid off, right? But if I stop paying my property tax and they come up at my door and be like, hey, like you're gonna forfeit your property, and I'm gonna be like, you can't do that. It's against the libertarian principles or whatever. Yeah. But that ain't gonna work.
Have you seen the retards who go around saying that they're sovereign citizens?
I was just gonna fucking say that. Yes.
The people are like, I don't have to
Brooks.
show you my ID because I'm a sovereign citizen, so I don't have to roll down my window because I'm a sovereign.
It's like, dude, sovereign citizens are the fucking flat earthers of politics. Like, I'm sorry.
Right?
Yeah.
like, no, bitch, you're not a boat captain.
It's just not international waters. You can't do that here.
Yeah, you're not. You're traveling, but you're also driving. They both can be true at the same time, dickhead.
I'm not driving. I'm traveling.
Yeah, fucking shut up.
Got you.
Commerce. Okay, what the fuck?
I'll be watching sovereign citizen videos all the time when they get arrested.
Oh yeah,
it's hilarious.
It's so great. And like the moment that they realize the cops like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
yeah. I'll comply.
Well, what they'll do is like they'll have like, oh, well, here's my document. It's like some piece of paper they wrote themselves and printed on their printer or some shit.
It's great. You can't arrest me as they're getting arrested. Like, watch me. Like, I will.
Have you guys seen the video where the guy calls the cops on the ATF?
Where the ATF agent? Yeah. There's a couple of them. There's one where the ATF agents
fuck the ATF.
getting arrested.
Yeah, it's exactly like that. They act exactly the same.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's the same thing as like a leftist ideal, which when you look at it, like sovereign citizen being against like big government and being like that, you would think that's more libertarian or like conservative being against big government, but their arguments are exactly like a fucking leftist.
Yeah.
Well, sovereign citizens are only anti-big government for me, but you guys have to follow the big government, and I'm gonna rule the big government one day.
Yeah.
And I'm the one who's immune to it.
I think the funniest thing about the sovereign citizen thing is that because your name on your social security card and your birth certificate is written in capitals, it's an entity. So, and if you lobby the government and get a judgment from the government, then you can get your secret bank account balance paid to you that the government has for everyone, and it's like millions of dollars. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because the problem with them too is like they never seen another sovereign citizen where it's whatever they say ever works.
Yeah,
so it's like the fact that they can every year it just continues with this, like they go to court or whatever, and I think it's really like, okay, yes, I am breaking laws, but maybe if I try the sovereign citizen thing, I can try to get out of getting in trouble or
It's
whatever.
like the insanity plea. Yeah.
Okay, to anyone out there who is disagreeing with this, which the audience seems pretty based, but anyone out there who is watching this and disagrees with what we're saying about sovereign citizens and thinks your shit can work in court, go watch the Darrell Brooks trial.
Oh man, that shit was hilarious.
Just watch it.
Did you play bingo when you're during the trial?
Grounds.
Yeah. I was working online, and me and my coworker, we were sending like each other every day one of those bingo cards for the Darrell Brooks trial.
Subject matter jurisdiction.
Yeah. Then when he had the boxes.
Oh my god, dude!
The box
fort.
Yeah. But here's the funny thing is, he's still going the court cases right now for like all.
No.
So he has other states or stuff is going on, and he's still trying to represent himself.
Oh
god!
It's like, man, this dude didn't learn the first time.
Like, or when he was over in the other courtroom and he put the objection sign in his pants.
Yeah. Then like he cut his hair, so he or something where he was like, oh well, that's obviously a different person or something.
Oh god.
Yeah.
And I like how there was the one guy in the stand, and he like because he was cross-examining him, and he goes, how do you know that or how do you know the person that is being accused in this case? And he goes, it's you. I saw you. Okay.
Oh man, that shit was hilarious.
When was this?
Oh man, this was like
2021
raid where the guy ran over a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Oh man,
he was supposedly mad about Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
No.
It was right.
Didn't they use this footage in
the funny one was his rap videos.
This is what we're about to watch. This is the Darrell
before you
Motherboy
play,
Fly rap video.
He was like, "How do you know that's not the same car I was in or whatever?" Right in the rap videos, this is the fucking car.
Yeah, it's in the car.
His mom fucking Ford Escape.
No, it's his mom's Ford Escape too.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the best one.
Demarcate ahí.
Did I just hear a chirp?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I hear a chirp.
I just got a load worth about a half a ticket. 30 in the blicker when I'm out here chasing chicken. Was observant to the game when I used to play the benches. Now I swipe the Vinci, got him looking at me different. I can't forget they all with a stick.
I forgot how much this
Bro, you gotta light up airsoft gun. That is not. Oh, God.
That a light up? No, I think he edited that. I think that's an edit. I think he put a light in there using an editing software.
Yeah,
because it doesn't fit the hole.
Do you love black people?
No, I
You know,
remember.
Vagabond, I am going to the further away Walmart. You're correct.
Like, yeah, I remember I was checking all his rap songs. They all suck.
Oh yeah,
the one where he's like in his kitchen or whatever. Like,
oh yeah, I see that one too.
let's see. I won't play the music, but let's just see if
ramen
I
and my
can
mom
find. I
said I
think
made
he.
a mess, so I shot her. It seems like the
Yeah,
sound
that's
of-
one of the lines. Let me see if I can find him in his kitchen. Here it is.
Oh, dude.
Oh my god.
It's so bad. It's so bad, dude.
He's got a stack of ones.
Go big and bad under fluorescent lighting.
Do you guys know where he's moved to stuff?
Oh, he's in Vegas now.
It's
Oh,
Vegas.
Green screen of Vegas. Let's be honest.
How'd he
Okay,
get
he's
there?
got a 50 on the bottom just to make
I
it look.
gotta
You
sort
know.
through my ones.
Oh yeah,
The reason why his legs don't move is he can't let his butt plug fall out.
He's on the down low.
It reminds me of it. We got a rapist in Lincoln Park slamming your windows, snatching people
Hide
up.
your wife, hide your kids.
You are really dumb. We gonna find you.
Bro's like, I'm gonna look ghetto as fuck and then wear faggot glasses.
Did they ever find him?
Yeah,
Why-
he tried to represent himself in trial, Battsauce, and it's
No.
hilarious.
I'm talking about you're
Hide
really
your kids, hide your
dumb.
wife.
Yeah.
Look at-
They found a number of
Yeah, he's in like
a Israelites.
no, he's in some infomercial for some
Yeah, I
app
saw
right now.
that. That's fucking
No,
hilarious.
did they
Yeah.
find the person that he was talking about?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I
But
don't know.
supposedly, so the funny thing about that guy too, supposedly he's not gay anymore either.
Yeah, he went hyper religious, and he.
I'm
not gay no more. I like
Jesus, save me!
I am deliverance.
Oh yeah, that's the one too.
All right.
Exactly. And I said, he immediately did something that actually has security and life threats against your civilians. You know what the American government has responsibility for? Protecting its citizens.
What does that have to do with
In our country, you're going to another country, you have to abide by another country's laws.
And also, like, I mean, I understand you go over there and like someone, takes you hostage or blah blah, whatever. Like,
If
I
you're
get
lawfully
that's different.
detained, they can't do shit against
Okay,
you. But yeah, if you are unlawfully detained,
I'm
if you're,
saying-
kidnapped
what I'm
or
saying is I
something,
get
they'll go in
that.
guns blazing. But
What I'm saying is I get that, but like, if you went over there and broke their fucking laws, then that's on you, buddy. Like,
Yeah.
with that dude Brittany Griner.
No, we got two examples right now: Vitali and Johnny Somali.
yeah, may they rot over there.
Yeah,
Johnny
like Tally's doing excellent.
What if you get your passport changed and you're just not fooling anyone, and then you're in their jail and they're like, pull your pants down? Like, you're not gonna have a fucking option.
Yeah.
They're like, whoop, you're dead.
Try to relax your anus.
Well, honestly, like nowhere's
I
gonna
thought you'd never ask.
nowhere's
Go ahead,
gonna
Bagwell.
be as forgiving as the United States. Like, no matter what, like, as much twinkle toes fairy nonsense you believe in or whatever, like, nowhere as forgiving as the United States. We got some prisons right now where women are getting pregnant because some guy would be like, oh well, I'm trans now, or whatever, and go to a all females prison. You're not doing that in other countries. I the other thing I hate too, I hate seeing liberal, like, they're trying to march in one of the jails here where I'm at, where about the prison conditions. Well, yeah, I mean, don't commit no crime and don't shoot nobody. You don't have to worry about that. Like, I can care
No,
less
right?
about
I don't know.
the prison conditions. Like, oh man, the prison cell's filthy. It's not a bed and breakfast.
Or just be better at not getting caught, dumbass.
How could they not
Yeah.
get a continental breakfast with their daily roundup?
All right,
Well,
what did they do?
I'm just saying, like, it'd just be annoying me because it'd be like, oh, we're gonna march for the prison conditions. Like, for what?
They're actually marching for it.
Yeah, they're trying
Oh
to
my
come down in my area, not the county next to mine. Like, because there's pictures in there where like it's not the cleanest place, but at the same time, like, I mean, if you shoot somebody, I ain't crying that your bed is drowning wet and moldy or whatever.
Well, But I mean, at the same time, we don't need to see. I'm a little on the other end of the spectrum with that. I don't think prison should be, clean, fully accommodating and comfortable. It's fucking prison. Yeah. But again, sending men to women's prisons, that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
There was that crazy fucking sheriff in Texas that was putting people outside to sleep in the summers, and some of them were just there on like a 10-day failure to appear and dying of fucking heat stroke. That's a bit excessive,
I didn't know about that.
Like for a fucking you forget to, you don't want to pay. And I've known a lot of people that like, okay, you've got the choice between $1,000 fine or 10 days in jail.
Yeah, like
I got
okay,
the time to go. I'm off work. I don't have $1,000.
Hey, I have something to say to everyone. I think Jim Carrey said it best when he said, "Stop breaking the law, asshole."
Yeah, like I get like, okay, there are victimless crimes or whatever, but like places where it's like the hardcore prison where like these people are actually shooting, killing other people, and that's how they got in that position. Like, I ain't crying that like your food is fucking slop or whatever.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
You kill people. You can rot in Terre Haute.
Yeah. Like, I don't get where this thing is like, oh, these people broke laws and it should be fun. What?
No, nobody's saying it should be fun, but you shouldn't fucking die of heat stroke for just trying to get out. You got a choice to pay a fine or go to jail for 10 days.
Well, yeah, but jail and prison are different things.
Yeah.
Right. And I was talking about a local jail.
It was an actual
totally
jail.
different. Yeah, it's an actual jail. And the sheriff was just kind of fucking batshit crazy.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you on that point. When it comes to prison, like, I sorry, you did the thing. Like, you did the thing, you deserve the punishment, and if that means, I don't know, man. It obviously our system is fucked and our legal system, so that's something that needs to be looked at too. I mean, if you look at the J6 stuff and how they were in solitary for fucking ever.
Yeah, and that's when a lot of liberals are saying, don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
Yeah. It's as a group. You guys as a group want to talk about can't, do the time, don't do the crime. You realize that most of y'all are the ones doing the crimes that never have to do the fucking time.
And they don't, they're not putting them in jail to begin with. But there's a whole lot of, we could fucking need another couple hours if we want to go down. Let's talk about them.
Diesel just made a great comment on YouTube. Driving awards. That's
right. It's funny. Yeah, you can automatically spot the people that have been to jail a couple of. Well, hold on. It doesn't need to be that bad. Come on, guys.
Well, like, okay, but like Sketchy Jesus says, or my doppelganger here says, it's like, okay, there's a difference between jail and then like there's different facilities for the level of the crime, right?
Right.
Right. Like for the hardcore stuff, like if you're in there, like I don't see the purpose of anyone marching for you that that you're suffering in there. Maybe you kind of deserved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's one thing too. Like me and my wife have been rewatching like a couple every night, rewatching SVU, and the amount
I know, right, Diesel?
The seats are hard plastic.
They are.
No, like we've been rewatching SVU, and I know it's a TV show and whatever, but they do pull a lot from like real life shit. The way it goes, and like all of those lawyers are talking about how it's like the defense of mental disease or defect or or whatever, and shit bugs the fuck out of me too. It's like not everyone has mental problems, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Stop it. Just fucking stop it. Like, can we not do that as a defense? Can we just like get rid of that? Like there has to be very, very harsh guidelines on whether or not you can use that. Not like, oh, he fucking, they could use it for trans shit. They could use it for anything, like I saw that they just released the trans shooter manifesto. The FBI just released that or whatever. And it's like, if that, if that waste of space wasn't fucking put down, then they would be using that, that defense.
again, it's really convenient that they'll use this tranny was mentally ill. Now it's an excuse.
Yes, that's
but
in the name of being a
otherwise
tranny.
it's- Yeah.
And but it's in the DSM-5. But when a conservative talks about that and says then it's a mental issue, and you guys, why are we affirming a mental issue? We don't do that with schizophrenia. We don't do that with anything else. We only affirm a mental condition. But then you use it. That is the reason why you did the thing. It's like, okay, well, you can't have it both ways, dickhead.
Right. And the whole excuse for transitioning kids and adults is to prevent them from self-deletion.
Yeah.
But they should be in the military, right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Science doesn't even back that arguments up anyway. The
No,
more you are more likely to bubble yourself, the more you go down the pathway, because it was 86 to 96% of kids with any kind of dysphoria grow out of it within 5 years.
Yeah. It was a phase, Mom. Like,
do you know why they want you to affirm it? It's not just, I mean, some of it's social, but do you know how much money the medical industry makes per troon? They make so much off of
medical
surgeries.
industry making
really
bugo money.
And of course,
on
these people are so afraid to own a gun to protect themselves that they might use it on themselves. That means they're going to therapy at least once a week, if not more than that.
And also, it's a double-edged sword, because therapy now is not trying to talk you out of it. It is affirmational therapy, and those people are everywhere. In fact, you'll be reported like the therapy, the whole therapy community is infused with people like that. It's made up of people only like that, who will affirm everything you ever do, especially if you're a troon. And
So
so
there's
that's a cool like $100 a session. So all you have to do is market your services as a therapist to every troon and all their friends and their friends and their friends. Oh, go to this person. He'll tell you exactly whatever you want to hear.
I saw a lovely I saw a lovely study recently about some psychological techniques. Here's a crazy idea. Apparently, not fixating on your problems makes your mental health go better. That was the big shocking study that the APA published, is focusing on mental health problems makes them a little bit worse.
And it's weird.
But how do we sell people shit with that on that theory?
And how come psychologists and psychiatrists, which I think are just fucking crazy people figuring out they're crazy through other crazy people? That's my personal
absolutely.
opinion. This is my personal opinion.
I agree with that statement.
No,
100%.
I guess my degree's worthless then.
I didn't know that before I said it. I don't change
From
my
the therapist.
I got that degree
know.
2 weeks ago.
I didn't know that before I said it, but my statement still stands. But no, what I'm saying is why can't, instead of saying no, you're correct and affirming it in these fucking crazy people, saying why do you feel that way? And then when they say that, okay, well, why do you feel that way? Go down, be the fucking little girl from Animaniacs that says why?
Well, because that treats problems. They don't want to treat you. The current modus operandum of psychology is to treat you well enough you don't bubble yourself, but keep you sick enough to come back next week.
Well, the therapists legally they're required to affirm it too, which is the real scary thing.
Yeah.
So it's like they will lose their license if they don't. But I mean,
So
like all these
definitely
therapists do,
depending on
they invest in like well-known pseudoscience stuff. Like I know a therapist that invested like $1,000 or so into a program that like detects your eye movement to see like
EMDR.
Yeah, which is like it's 100% pseudoscience. There's just 0% anything proving that it works. Yet,
well, the funny part with psychology, it is very much a soft science. It is hard to nail down what will work for some people, what will work for because what might work for me might not work for Iron, and it doesn't really. It just depends on. It just really depends on what it is and what they're talking about, what they're treating, and what methods they use. Like cognitive behavioral therapy may work on some people, but you may also need something way more in depth. Freud was a hack, but some of his principles could still be applied somewhere else. It just really depends on the person and how willing they are to actually willing to apply whatever they're learning and try to change and try to be better. But the thing is, none of these affirming hacks are going to do that, because, like Arza said, all they want to do is keep you well enough to not off yourself, but sick enough to come back day after day after. We
creating a permanent patient.
Exactly.
Customer is really what it is, and all this shit is, whether they want to admit it or not, it's all based on that John Money bullshit. And you want to Google that for a good time.
I would say the psychologist is probably, and I'm going to stick my foot in my mouth again with Arza, depending on how this goes. But a psychologist, I would say, is probably better than a psychiatrist anyways, because a psychologist at least talks about the issues, and a psychiatrist is just, nope, let's just shove meds down the throat. And so
it depends. It depends on the.
Are you a psychologist or psychiatrist?
He's neither. He's just.
I just have a bachelor's in psychology that I'm going to eventually work towards. I'm going to become a psychologist eventually. That's what I'm working towards.
Well, okay. Well, at least psychologist, not psychiatrist. So I didn't offend you twice.
No, fuck psychiatry. No, psychiatry is legitimately evil and has no interest in curing anything. Just shoving people on medication so they become a permanent patient.
Yeah, and how many times do those medications have adverse side effects that they, because
I have a permanent tic disorder because of ADHD medication I took as a 10-year-old.
Yeah. Well, what do you have, like Tourette's or something?
No, it's just I've got tics. I don't have no vocal tics. They're all just facial or throat or muscle.
Dude, I just heard that out of the fucking corner.
Sorry, Battsauce, what did you say?
What you were saying? I was like, God damn
With your tick. What he said when he asked a question about your tick, it said no, he's just gay.
Yeah, that's right. My gayness is caused by tics, apparently. Just pops out and then pops back in.
No, but I mean, and how many of these kids that that they're affirming or putting into this, either one, it's a phase, two, they're just gay, or three, they're fucking they got Asperger's, or they got fucking or they have autism.
Here's the crazy thing: gender dysphoria is a completely
Your mom has
normal part
by proxy. Because come on.
But another thing is, gender dysphoria is a completely normal part of development. Erik Erikson laid it out perfectly in his it's the fourth or third stage of development, identity versus role confusion. It is completely natural for a 12, 13, 14-year-old child to become confused about their role in society as their bodies and minds are changing, and to feel insecure about these changes. To succeed and move forward, you must become secure in who you are, regardless of whether or not you're happy with it. And if you adopt any other kind of mentality, you are locking yourself in cognitive dissonance and confusion, leading to permanent disability until you confront that disassociation.
No, but I thought puberty blockers you can reverse.
Yeah, except for the fact that it causes extreme calcification that cannot, and leads to a massive increase in rates of cancer development.
I almost
remember being 13.
It looked like he was about to fucking explode.
But it is amazing that ever spread. It is amazing that anyone ever thought that anyone was ever stupid enough and retarded enough and evil enough to actually, because you have to want to believe something so incredibly fucking stupid.
Yeah,
but and how many thousands and thousands made that we know of kids have suffered the consequences because of it. It's
we're going to see a rash of these kids growing up very angry, and they're the ones that are emotionally stable are just going to be taking legal action against doctors, their parents, even the states,
and they're going to be secure.
And all six of us here, we all went through puberty. Everyone here was confused about what was going on.
No, I did.
You don't
get this
it's
voice.
Too bad we don't have a lady on the panel here, because I've known a lot of women that I've talked to about them going through that, and it was 100 times worse. And we all know women are a lot more impressionable than men. That's why, who do you see getting the surgeries? It's mostly teenage girls getting the zipper tit surgery.
Yo, y'all remember being 13 and your voice is squeaking? Like, just randomly.
Fuck yeah.
How fucking embarrassing that was.
Don't worry, Battsauce. It'll change for you one day.
That's good.
And at no point was I like, you know what? I want to keep the squeaky part only.
Right?
I want to sound like a creepy Beth.
That's horrifying, man.
Great.
What were you saying, Vagabond? We didn't mean to cut you off there.
Oh, I forgot what I was saying, but I was saying
I thought you were gonna say something like "never happened to me."
Well, no, I said well, the squeaky voice thing, I never got that, so it was like,
oh fuck you! He just popped out of the womb that
Who is
deep.
that?
No, like
Mom, I desire the milk bottle.
No, like, well, because what happened, like, I could go to like any movie I want, and then like my friends would like couldn't buy their tickets, so I had to say I was the adult with them or whatever. So like I had I started shaving in like middle school or whatever. So sorry for people who can't grow a beard. So
I mean, JackTarLad didn't squeak. He fucking got Judi Dench squeaks.
No, and I don't Devastator. Oh, Devastator. There we go. Like I had to read it. I'm fucking retarded. No, it wasn't confusion like that. It was just confused about what's going on with your body. It's like your body changes in different ways, and you're like, yeah, with your voice, lowing, your balls dropping, you getting facial hair, you fucking growing fucking ball hair. Like you're just like, this is weird shit going on with your body, and you were confused. And if you had a fucking cuck ass fucking parent, then they would be like, well, just cut it off.
Right. Yeah, most kids are resistant to the change in growth to adulthood. It is discomforting, and it comes with extreme emotional dysregulation when you enter puberty. That's why, especially girls, are fucking bitches when they're like 13 years old. You don't want to be around any of them.
Here's the problem, Arza. They don't even wait for puberty. They're like, oh, my 3-year-old knows exactly what they are.
Yeah.
Wait,
can we
that's where the Munchausen
Arza?
comes in.
Arza, are you saying that only at 13 they're bitches?
You're right.
No, God no.
Okay, I was going to say, because that's a wild statement.
I just want to play back with Arza being like, when they're 13, they're bitches.
I got to back ours up. I had 2 younger sisters, and they, as little kids, they were fine. And then once they hit that age, they were just fucking crazy people. They're a little less crazy now that they're both adults, but they were, a little less.
Well, also it does have to do with diet and surrounding and where you're at. And if you're feeding your kid all the fucking McDonald's and the hormone injected everything and this and that and whatever, and like. I'm not just saying it's because, it's my wife and she's in the house and she can hear me say this, but she eats healthy. So when it comes to that time, she's not as crazy. You know what I mean? Like there's not hormones in all the food that we're eating. So it doesn't, and she like researches things like, how can I not have my hormones be so affected every month, whatever. And so take certain things to make sure, that it happens, because she's, rational enough to be like, I don't want to do that to my husband. Like, I know it's my thing. It doesn't have anything to do with him. So I want to make sure that I'm not a crazy person once a month.
But I'm not even talking about time. I'm just talking about puberty in general. As you grow up, your hormones change, your mind, your brain is literally rewiring itself. And that causes a lot of dissonance. And that leads to things like dysphoria or questioning your sexuality. There's a lot of gay people grow out of it.
Yeah.
Most of them, it's very similar to the dysphoria. You grow out of it as you become more stable in your mentality. That's why when you see these like 25-year-old lesbians, they're all going through midlife crises at 25. There's a reason why they're getting a new U-Haul every other week. It's because they are not regulated properly and their brain is trying to correct themselves.
And also your brain as a human isn't formed until you're like 25 to 27. As
not fair.
All of us here probably 35, but like you
13 years to go.
Yeah. But so we're gonna just let these kids whose brain fully hasn't formed to make actual like good decisions and like mature decisions about their life. We're gonna let them do that. We won't let them get a fucking tattoo until 18 or 21, but we can let them, like fucking chop their balls off at fucking 14. And you can't drink beer, you can't smoke a cigarette, you can't do all these things at a certain age. Then like, what the fuck? And when will kids just be like, well, I identify as 19, so
yeah. Well, they're trying to do that right now. They got the weirdos trying to say they're trans agent. Like I think
that's next.
So here's my whole theory on the whole thing.
Well,
they're trying to blur the lines of what is acceptable. So as soon as you can say kids at the age of 3 and 2 are able to consent to make these drastic changes, you're closer to a society that would say kids can consent to anything.
It's weird. It's almost like those crazy conservative Christians back in the 90s that said having gay marriage be legalized would cause a slippery slope. I don't know. It seemed like it kind of did. And I don't got a problem if you're gay, whatever. Do you, just don't fucking splash on me. I don't give a fuck. Like, whatever.
Don't get in the way then.
Don't splash on me.
But stay away from kids. Like that's it. Just fucking stay away from kids. How is it that hard for you to pause? How is it that hard for you to fucking do that?
Right. And then
Destiny's upset with your no splash rule.
Well, even too, when you get laws in Florida saying, okay, you have to wait for a kid to be an adult for anything. And then that's when the certain community, the rainbow community, I won't even say it's all the rainbow community, the T community is like, what do you mean we can't? That's hurting us if you throw people who talk to kids in jail. That's attacking us. Well, and then you're like,
not even just talk to kids. They get mad if you have harsher sentences for people that actually, touch and assault kids.
You guys want to know one of the
that's
reasons
going to
why?
disproportionately affect our community. Well, then you need to get your fucking community in check.
You're saying the fucking
What a weird thing to say. What a
You want to know one of the
brutally
main?
LG raid.
Oh,
LG. What's up, buddy?
You want to know the main reasons for that is because, like I said, it's a social contagion. The easiest way to spread that contagion is through abuse. Children with abuse who have suffered abuse are significantly more likely to be both gay and true as they grow up, and then be more likely to fall into that dysphoria and dysfunction.
It's just ridiculous. It's like, and I'm pretty sure if you look at, like, even though, like, it's trendy to like be a part of the LGBTQ thing now with TikTok and all these fucking retards and whatever, but I mean, if you look at it, like, the trans rates have gone up and the gay rates have, like, they're not like, it's like everyone's non-binary or fucking pansexual, they fuck pans, or like, I don't know, whatever. Like, it's just weird. It's like, can they not just be fucking gay? Like,
well, okay, so I mean, pansexual used to be a valuable label as a variation of bisexual because it allowed for you to do things with, say, transvestites. I'm bi. I'm not attracted to trans people because I'm not into mental illness. And bisexuals are not, so as a general, should not be attracted to trans people. Of course, the Troons got offended by that and made it so you were transphobic if you weren't.
Yeah.
And so now bisexual and pansexual basically mean the same thing. So there's once a point in time where that label, that difference meant something, but now it's all just a variety of straight or gay. A lot of these labels, like most bisexual people are just heterosexual with extra steps.
Well, okay, how about we just, instead of having all the letters, that they're just taking all the letters and doubling some of them in some cases, why don't we it's just gay? Because, I don't know, the G, gay, there we go, lesbian, gay woman, bi, you're gay. Like, if you don't, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna be completely honest. If you like the same sex at any point, it's gay. Like, you just like both, but you're still gay. Like, you know what I mean? I like, to me, I'm just like, why is it? And then trans, again, gay with extra steps. That's just my fucking opinion. And I don't have any.
But what if you're semi-bisexual with a solo attraction to the opposite sex?
Say that again.
What?
What if you're semi-bisexual with a single attraction to the opposite sex?
I don't even know.
You can't have a single attraction if you're attracted to both.
If you have any attraction to the opposite sex, you are gay.
What?
If you
hold up
to the opposite sex, I mean,
so all of you are gay. Okay, welcome to the club, guys.
Okay, you're confusing me with all these fucking fucking bullshit. Okay.
Right. If you're curious, semi-bisexual is a real sexuality where you're bisexual but attracted to only one gender.
Well,
wait, what?
Stop. Okay, I have no clue what
Are you being serious, Arza?
Yes, I'm 100% serious. It is a real sexuality.
You believe in, though, right?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. This is why universities should all be fucking shut down, done away with, because this is the dumb shit that comes out of it.
Well, like,
if you're a man and you like penis in any way, you're gay. If you're a woman and you like pussy in any way, you're gay. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm sorry, that's the way it is.
Women are gay.
Yeah. Well, I also want to add one thing.
Okay.
So, like, okay, so for the tranny fluid flag uses cotton color candy colors. Like, those are usually colors you used to associate with kids.
Well, the whole rainbow flag, rainbows used to be associated with kids, but go ahead.
Yeah. But like, I think that's also what adds into my whole theory of why they're trying to blur the lines. So like now you can't use pink or the light color blue because that represents anything that's with the tranny fluid community or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like the whole thing is like, let's blur the lines as much as possible, and such as also in a way that it attracts minors, and that's what I think the whole thing is about.
Yeah, the baby colors.
And dude, I don't have any problem with fucking gay people. It's fine. But when you're trying to change language and you're trying to change definitions of things, that's where I'm like, fuck off. Like, just do you. That's fine. But don't try to change what I do or the way I speak. Okay. Yeah. Like that's where that's because then you're not doing like then you know what it used to be. You know, we don't want anyone in our bedroom, right? Okay. Why? Well, but then when you make gay your whole personality, and everything about you is what you put in your butt, then then I'm gonna fucking talk about it, and then I'm gonna have an opinion. But I didn't really care before. Then you just do you. That's fine. But when you start making it my business, then yeah, I'm going to talk about it and I'm going to have an opinion. And if you don't like that, well, sorry, you fucking started it. You know.
Mm-hmm. You know, most gay people agree with you, and that's why JD Vance was 100% correct when he said that Trump won the normal gay vote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he did.
No, he did.
Yep.
And they need to. They're gonna have to clean house because they've let this political movement take over. Just being gay.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, as long as, and I don't care who it is, what your sexual orientation is, what your religion is, whatever is, stay away from kids. Stop trying to diddle children. And if you do, wood chipper feet first. That's my punishment. I don't care. I don't
attack in our community. What an odd thing to say.
What?
But that's an attack on our community. What an odd thing to say.
Stop saying the quiet part out loud, asshole.
What'll really solve the gay problem? Here and we're coming for your kids.
Yeah, I remember that.
Dude, okay, because
Hero and Me, Act 1 reveal, the new album out by Sketchy Jesus.
Thank you.
Buyers today. Only $9. Or if you're feeling generous and you want to see this thing take off and possibly even turn into a graphic novel, I'm told, then you can donate more and we can make this thing get.
It also was my birthday on Wednesday, so if you guys want to get me a birthday present,
yeah, send me a link. I get paid on Sunday.
You could just buy the album. Exactly. And if you don't want to, you can still stream it on Spotify and all the streaming sites and all that stuff too. So if you don't want to buy it, that's fine. You can stream it on there. But yeah, there's 6 songs and 9 tracks. There's like 3 interludes, like voice acting parts and stuff. So it kind of sets up the story. Pretty dang cool. I was going to try and get Pro Dad as one of the voice actors on it, but it just ended up not working out. I got Sean, my old co-host, and Casey, who actually is now my old co-host as well. And then one of my buddies, Nick, to do some of the voices. So it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
Cool.
Right on. Have you already started working on the follow-up?
Yes, all the music is written and pre-pro'd out. So I have like the basic, the structure of it. I'm, so sure some of it's going to change and whatnot, but and then I'm gonna start working on the lyrics and like the vocal patterns and stuff. And it's all going to be like, this first one is about like the heroes of the story. And then the second one is going to be about a villain.
Right.
And yeah. So it's going to be pretty cool. And, in true like 80s fucking action movie fashion, the heroes are American and the villain is Russian.
Nice.
There you go. Based.
Yeah. And so like the first one is about, hey, I mean, if you can do a Russian accent, I might fucking use you for the second one.
Right? Russian Judi Dench.
Yeah,
I can do a Russian accent.
I actually tried a Russian accent on the last track. I tried to do because I was just doing it. Basically the last track is like, it's set up as the villain is like rolling through the dial of all the news stories about like all the super, whatever. And so one of them was a Russian, just a Russian, citizen or whatever, talking about whatever. And I just did it myself. It's pretty stupid. But yeah, so like the way I kind of wrote the first one is it's like just 5 friends or whatever. And they're all kind of drinking out in the middle of nowhere. And then this, this thing, the pod that's right there, on the album art kind of comes back into the atmosphere and lands, and so everyone's like, oh, let's fucking go check it out, like and then and then it all kind of as they're going in to like grab the little orbs, because the whole thing is basically like in the 60s in the space race, the US and Russia, between the US and Russia, the US was sending out secret missions, and it sent out a pod into space where to try and communicate with other life forms or whatever out into space, and it wasn't heard of for 50, 60 years, and as it came back when the 5 friends were kind of in the middle of the field. So that's kind of the thing there with the villain. The way I'm setting it up is that, so like with the heroes, it's one little power for each person, one superpower, whatever ability. And then with the villain, it's going to be one villain, but three powers, because Russia is less. Communism, it's going to be less. So they're going to have less things that they sent out there, but I'm going to have it be like one dude is kind of old, kind of OP. So it's gonna be a lot of fun to write that, and it's gonna be awesome to I don't really want my music to be political. Like I don't want to talk about politics really at all in anything, but definitely gonna pull from some inspiration for certain lyrics, for certain things. But it's gonna be a lot of fun, and the next album will probably come out within the next year. Nice. So I'm excited about it, but thank you for having me on to talk about it, man. It's been
hell yeah, man. I actually wanted to talk about it a lot more, but your launch party turned into let's talk about the mental status of transsexuals.
Hey, dude, honestly, I was just glad to be here. So
now I do want to ask you, so this one is the hero's journey, the next one's the villain origin.
Yes.
Is it gonna have like a clash for a third, or are you still in the okay, cool.
Yeah, so the third one, and again, like I just have ideas for it. I don't really have lyrics or like the kind of song by song or music for the third or fourth or whatever, but I do have ideas. Like the third one is going to be like a war, like a battle between good and evil. The fourth one is going to be kind of Winter Soldier-esque, where it's going to be kind of us against the government, because it's going to be like the way that I'm putting it is that since the government sent out the pod and then we took over whatever abilities came out of it or whatever, the government by proxy thinks that we're their property. So it's going to be kind of more of like a libertarian against the government, fuck you, whatever. And I want to call it villain in me, because I just think that's fun. And then I don't know. I know I want to keep going with it after. I just don't have where it's going to go for a fifth or whatever. But
so is this kind of like those old Rush rock albums or rock operas where it'd be like 4 or 5 up to 10 songs in an album that all tell a concise and often somewhat political story?
Yeah, like I said, I want to stay. I want to have don't have politics in it. I will have obviously my inspirations for how I write the lyrics and the vocals and stuff, but like I don't want it to be like in the fourth one. That's probably going to be the only one where it says stuff about government or about politics or whatnot. But I don't want, since there's so much politics in music. Right now I kind of want to stay away from it. Like obviously I'm going to go on shows and I have my political, podcast, live stream and whatever. So that, I can't really get away from that. But when it comes to the music, I don't want to, I almost kind of like how Michael Jordan said, hey, Republicans buy shoes too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to, I just kind of want to stay away from it on that one. But yeah, with the rock opera thing, the kind of basis I'm going for with this is, if you know who Coheed and Cambria is, yeah, their whole band is because there's plenty of bands that have done like a concept album or a concept song or something, or this one, and so that they're when they're playing shows and stuff, their stage setup is this or whatever. But and I think Ice Nine Kills is doing a lot of that with like the horror genre and all that stuff. But Coheed and Cambria did the same thing where their whole band and all their albums told a story. They did a graphic novel with it. It was more like Lord of the Rings ish, like Hobbity. So, which isn't really my thing. I'm, kudos to them or anyone like that likes that kind of stuff. But I just appreciated the concept and what they were going with. But I'm
Oh, that's right. I forgot you're insane.
yeah. I'm not saying that I don't like it. It's just like not my main thing. I like the superhero, stories and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's kind of my thing. And I think would it be really cool if I had like all this money to do all these things and immediately come out? Yeah, definitely. But hopefully it'll kind of catch on, and then for the second album it'd be a lot easier to come out with like graphic novel right as it drops and this and all these cool things. But doing it all in house, like I mixed it, I mastered it, I wrote it, did all the drums, bass, and guitars, and some of the backup vocals, and then I had a singer on it. So it's like kind of a one-man show, I guess. I don't know.
Now, would you plan a tour if this thing took out, and how would you solve that problem? You just got.
Yeah, I would just hire some people. If kind of my reasoning of jumping out of music after being involved in music since I was like 8 years old, and I was touring in bands since I was like 16. But my reasoning to kind of jump out is because of all of the a lot of the politicization of music and just the whole world and in music and all that. And but also it's because I just got married and I met my person. She's like my best friend, and I didn't want to be away from her for like fucking 3 months being on tour. So like I was just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just do music at home. And so I mean, if it did pick up and it took off, yeah, that'd be cool. I just hire some other. I would just hire some musicians, and then we get it all figured out. But at this point, it's just I just want to put the music out, man. Just kind of fun to get some shit out there. But
yeah. Well, we got one very big music lover just joined the panel because it is the last Friday of the month. Mr. Berger, what's going on, man?
I'm completely unprepared. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Sure can.
Am I coming through loud and clear?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you sound good.
You are, Mr. Berger.
Have no fear, Mr. Berger is here.
Yeah, why not? I'll do some trivia. Talk amongst yourselves. But if I may comment very quickly on the gay thing, which I didn't really understand. Quiet, David D. You keep your mouth closed, or demerit for you. I think very quickly the LGBT community has a problem understanding the difference between acceptance and tolerance. I've always felt like that. Look, I don't care. We can sit down in the same restaurant if you're gay or lesbian or whatever. We sit down in the same restaurant. You get your food, I get my food. You pay your money, I pay my money. Everybody leaves happy. That doesn't necessarily mean I accept your lifestyle. I just have to be tolerant of your lifestyle. If some of these gay activists or some of these people that advocate for that particular community or whatever would just understand that tolerance is the best way to go. Tolerance is all that you can basically hope for. Be tolerant of other people.
Yep.
Don't expect to be celebrated. Don't expect to be worshipped. Don't expect to be understood. I just have to tolerate you. Hell, I don't celebrate black people. I don't celebrate Latinos. I don't celebrate white people. I hate everybody. So ultimately, I'm not gonna get into this whole you're great because you're gay, or you're special because you're gay. You're the same old rotten human being as everybody else. Yeah, so just tolerate people. Be tolerant of others. That's all we got to do.
I refuse. Ours is really gay.
Yeah, nobody tolerates Arza.
Yeah.
Well, that's because of my personality, not because I'm a fag. So.
Yeah, exactly. That is true.
That's what I say.
Well, I do celebrate cheesecake, so everyone wants to send it my way. I'm not going to make it for myself.
All that matters to
me. Are you talking about actual New York style cheesecake or like big old ass and butt cheeks and titties?
Oh, well, when you put it that way, it could be both.
They both fit on a fork.
I think if you're defining it that, I think there's a pH balance issue.
See, the only thing that really matters to me and most other
you're going to get a lot more just tolerance if you're not going around compelling people to do things that they don't want to do constantly.
Exactly.
Having to use pronouns, having to do this, having to do that, all in the name of acceptance or affirmation, whatever you want to call it. Then tolerance is going to go out the window, and you're going to see a lot more intolerance, and that can get fucking ugly fast.
Yeah, and I'm also still a child. Like, if you tell me I have to do something, my first reaction is no.
No.
I'm gonna do the
Here's the thing. Me and most other gay people, all that we want is that you will shake my hand at the end of the day, regardless of my difference. And the crazy thing is, conservatives are far more accepting of me than liberals or the other gay people are of my politics.
Always have been.
I agree with that, but my friend, even if someone doesn't, it's okay. We just need to tolerate each other, man. That's all. I don't want to get into an argument. I don't want to discuss anything. I don't want to with anybody, and I don't want anybody getting in an argument with me. We go to the grocery, we go to Costco. You got your little pride flag on. You got your stuff on. That's okay. Buy your shit and go home. I'll buy my shit and go home. We don't have to discuss. We don't have to talk or whatever. If me personally, I'm okay with it. But if other people are not, then so be it. Just let it go. Tolerate each other. We all need to just tolerate each other, and that's the way society works. Nobody's going to accept you. There's no legislation that you're going to be able to pass that is going to stop ignorant people from running up to you saying bad shit. It's like there's no legislation that's ever going to pass for somebody going to run around and say, "Hey, what's up, my nigga?" and being what's called. It doesn't matter. I've heard worse. I've been through worse. I grew up during a time when there was actual racism instead of this made up phony bullshit that we got now. It didn't stop me. If anything, it made me more resolute.
It went from racism to prejudice. Like that's really what it went from. Because I mean, obviously back in the 60s, civil rights and all that stuff, that racism, and then redlining and all stuff like that. Yeah, there were actual racist policies and racist things that went on. But now it's just like pretty much from like the 90s on, it's just been prejudice that has been defined as racism and defined by the people that don't know how to define a woman. So it's the people that don't know definitions. So like it's all this media hype about what, everyone on the right is racist. And this is when actually, if you go back and you look at Democrats are the ones who did like, slavery and the KKK, but they don't want you to remember about that racism. Like, so if we could just realize that, yeah, everyone's going to have prejudices. Everyone's going to, have their opinions or their stereotypes or whatever. But once you meet someone and you talk to them, you're like, oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, they're a human. So I fucking hate you, but at the same time, you're an okay human. Like I can still talk to you and everything's fine,
And even if you don't, move past it. Don't allow racism or anything else to stand in your way. Don't allow homophobia or anything else or racism to stand in your fucking way. Work through it, work around it, go through it. Doesn't matter, man. Get what you got to get out of the world, tolerate others, and just get on with it. That's all.
Right.
Trivia time.
All right.
This big hit from 1979.
Before you do, I've actually got to get going.
Oh,
I got an early morning tomorrow. But
hi, Nick.
Yeah. Sorry, I gotta go inject my kids with cocaine or whatever.
Oh, you called him Nick. I thought you said bye, Nig. I was like,
so it's not. It's both work. I am the twin of Vagabond, so I might have the pass.
Awesome, I'll take it.
Yeah, he has a pass.
Yes.
Double pass.
Yes, that's all I wanted. All I want out of life.
All right, Strider.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. All right.
See you later, man. Have a good night.
All right, good Strider along.
Oh.
Yep.
Later, Strider.
Anyway, this big hit from 1979 was tore up the chart.
All right, title and artist in the chat. Second to click.
Thank you, Kermit, for that lovely rendition.
Fuck you, Arza. Fuck you.
Buy me dinner first, bud.
No. Fuck yourself. You pull a Strider and make yourself a cake.
I don't cook.
it's the Bee Gees. That's about all I
Yeah,
got.
but what is
Yeah.
it from the Bee Gees?
Something love.
Anybody?
If Diana got it. How deep is your love?
Yeah. Is it? I was just about to say that.
Bonus
damn.
question as I bring up the next one from another decade. What movie was this from? About a talking robot who became sentient.
Look,
All
all I'm
right.
saying is referencing things twice my age.
The was it the
I'm guessing
supercomputer
Short
one?
Circuit.
Oh,
Short Circuit is correct. That was in the movie
great
Short
movie.
Circuit. Absolutely
Best
was.
Indian ever.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely was. Best one and least offensive. This particular girl went on a great solo career from a big band during the all-girl group, a big band all-girl group from California during the 80s. Who is she?
Well, let's find out.
And the name of the song.
Johnny.
Hang on, it's coming.
No idea.
You know that dial-up tone? That's just all right here.
Do it for the team. Johnny 5.
Again, she was huge. She was lead singer of that band in the 80s.
I remember hearing this song, but I can't place it.
Massive crush on this chick. Massive. That was, of course, Brenda Carlisle, Mad About You. And that deviant David D got it. All right. Moving on very quickly to the next decade. We'll do one from each decade and call it a night. Here we go. Let's see. Let's find this song. Makes my scrotum shrink because it's so awful and it was played so much. Oh, talk about the definition of overplayed.
You got social security, but it doesn't pay your bills. There are addictions to feed.
God, you just know she uses teeth.
It was overplayed.
In the chat, or can I say it?
At this point,
yeah, you can. It looks like the chat already got it, so you can go ahead and knock it out.
Yeah, it's Jewel. You were meant for me.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't.
Wait a minute. What did you say?
I said you were meant for me.
No, I think that's not necessarily the name of it. Hang on one second. Let me verify.
Oh,
I know. I know it's Jewel. I mentally blocked this song out.
My stepdad used to be in radio and in San Diego radio, and she was coming up in that time, and he would have artists like her and Sheryl Crow and Brian Setzer and the Counting Crows. There's all that kind of music and stuff, and so he'd always have artists and stuff playing shows, and so I'd get to go meet them and stuff when I was 6 or 7. It was pretty cool.
I can't stand this woman. She was totally overplayed. Lisa Loeb and this chick, you could literally go from one radio station to another, and they would literally you couldn't escape them. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, they had them on everything, like pop, rock, country.
Yeah, but would.
Yeah.
So it's Jewel. Who would save your soul is the name of that tune. Yeah. Let's play one more for this decade. One more. We're gonna do about 4 more iron, and we'll call it a night. Here we go. This song was controversial. It was also overplayed, but I hate it a little less. Is all I can say.
In things like heaven and in Jesus and this.
Anybody even remember this?
Yes.
Oh yeah. This one bugs me more than Jewel, I got to admit, because it was just.
I got it.
And everything.
Can I say it?
Go for it.
It's Joan Osborne, one of us.
It was so overplayed. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and
literally overplayed. Just
a stranger on the bus trying to make.
I mean, heavy rotation.
Oh,
Is it just me, or was the '90s the decade of the heavy rotation? I don't know.
Yep.
Can I get a timeline from you guys? Where were you when this was being played?
High school.
Yeah, I was
Still in my dad's ball sack.
I was like elementary school, middle school, and I was raised in like a Christian household, and so it had something to do with, it was a song singing about, what if God was one of us. So like we're like, oh yeah, we played it all the time. And then I branched out and started listening to other
Vagabond. I'm with you, Diesel. By the way,
elementary
Vagabond.
school.
Yeah.
Wow.
What? Yeah, I was in elementary.
See what year that song came out.
Got anything that was made after I was born?
Yes, we're moving through the decades. Welcome to the I believe that was the 1990s.
Maybe
Welcome to 2009. Here we go.
Right. There we go. Coming up. There we go.
The only decent song from 2009.
Oh, One of Us was released in 95. So yeah, I was in my last year of middle school. Oh shit, wrong one.
Oh,
Hold on.
95.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
so yeah, I've been in the elementary.
Yeah.
And I can die when I'm done.
I hate this song.
Why you?
I like it. I like it.
It drives me crazy. With the CeeLo guy or whatever.
I really like that song, or the rendition of that song from the play Moulin Rouge. It's the only good song in that entire musical.
I got that one.
I don't know who plays the song, but I don't mind it.
It's CeeLo, or I think it's CeeLo or something.
I liked it in Kick-Ass.
I think I was in Budapest, Hungary at the time. They played it every 5 minutes. I loved it. It was great. That was what was that? That was
oh well, I got the person's name wrong then.
a year. I think I made about $100,000 that year. So it was a good year for me, but not with the Hungarian ladies. They saw through all of my lies and nonsense, and spent a lot of nights watching softcore pornography.
Were they Hungarian ladies?
Yeah, the Hungarian ladies did not go for the old Mr. Burger, and not like the Czech women. The Czechs were all over me, baby.
See, thankfully, I'm not like Mr. Burger. In 2009, I was not watching softcore pornography because I was 7.
That's when it starts.
Somehow that makes me feel worse. Yep, those were the days. That is, of course, Gnarls Barkley, Crazy, from my time in Europe.
But CeeLo Green was in there too, right?
Yeah, CeeLo Green. He was Gnarls Barkley was the group. CeeLo Green was the featured artist on that particular song.
Yeah, I don't really like
didn't
that
know
song,
that.
honestly.
I don't necessarily blame you, Vagabond.
It's like
speaking of-
Pharrell. I don't like Pharrell either. I'm sorry.
Speaking of garbage,
It's like-
Then just to get by, won't you show me little bit of...
Oh, I know this one. Oh, I do.
Yeah, I know this one.
Oh, this song has such an unreasonably long name.
It's it's Dance Dance.
It's fuck. Is that This Is Not a Crime Scene? This is
No.
Fuck.
It's a short name, which is really weird for their band. It's just Dance Dance. That's all it is.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's not a bad song. It's not a great song. It's
dance,
not a bad song.
The first one off that album.
I know if you wanted it.
I hate Fall Out Boy.
I'm not a fan.
Okay, but they're really good on Beat Saber.
Their first couple albums weren't bad. I'm also a scene kid, at heart.
My idea of hell would be trapped in a room with a continuous loop of Miley Cyrus.
You're gay, Sketchy Jesus.
Miley Cyrus, Fall Out Boy, and Taylor Swift played on a continuous loop.
No, I like Miley Cyrus. I ain't gonna lie. I can't stand Seabats agrees with me for real. That Happy song, I hate that song.
Yeah, that song's trash.
That song's terrible. But no, I grew up on Fall Out Boy. I was an edgy little tot.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Fall Out Boy, Panic at the Disco. Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, Panic.
Yeah, I think the only
None of this
time I liked
surprises me.
Pharrell was on Daft Punk.
I never liked Pharrell ever since he had that little fluffy little pink purse or whatever.
Yeah.
And finally, the last decade, 2000, 2010, we get into a depressed, angry little midget who thinks she can sing.
Ours is right there.
I'm not. I'm over 6 foot, you retard.
He said Arza.
No, Arza was pointing to me.
Billie Eilish. I don't know any of her songs names.
Yeah, I know it's Billie.
Villain.
That's the I'm a bad bitch or the bad bitch or something like that, right?
Or yeah, bad guy.
Oh,
yeah.
I do like Senzawa's version of the song. It's a VTuber. For any of those people who are the VTubers.
Quiet, David D.
I already got it. I was actually first.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you didn't see the artist say Battsauce.
Okay, so Senzawa or Gargura, they do a version of the song, which is actually good.
What a sad, depressing little person she is.
She's heavies though.
Last
I
one.
was gonna say,
Yeah,
the artist's biggest Titus
The
Maximus.
earlier stuff that's not bad. Titus Maximus.
Last one.
They should cast her as the new Hermione Granger.
Fucking Biggie eyelash.
Or Dobby. The last song of the night, music for people who hate music.
Well, you really gave us a good lineup tonight, Mr. Berger. Always good having you on.
Are you gonna play Hero and Me?
Was that the girl from Stranger Things?
11?
No,
Yes,
that
it
is
was.
damn, I forgot his name.
Looks like
Millie
That's like a
Bobby
fucking-
Brown.
that
Yeah,
looks
that's
like
what
the
we-
cast of Spy Kids.
Dude, Spy Kids is too old for you, Arza.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
I was like born when the third one came out, but I still watched it.
Oh,
Is that Lily Sings?
Oh my god!
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that chick that from the failed talk
Yeah,
show.
it's Lily Sings.
That is so much I
Oh
don't like all on one screen at one time. What the fuck?
God, do you remember
And,
when she had that talk show?
Yeah,
Like, that was
that's what
everybody
it
was ripping that apart.
That was, of course, somebody I don't care about, and I'm not going to say because they make me sick. And that does it for trivia tonight, folks. We're going to leave it right there, if you will.
There was a couple mid songs and a lot of shit.
Oh, Iron, you wait till tomorrow night.
Oh, great.
Then put it this way: a lot of big hair and Aquanet.
Oh shit! You know, I might be down. I like some of the hair metal. If that's where we're going with this,
quite a bit. Crow insisted. We haven't played enough of it lately, so I'm bringing in a lot of big hair
now.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Of that group, you know me. It's just Scorpions and everybody else stinks.
Really? Come on, like Rat and
fuck Rat.
Oh shit!
Skid Row is awesome.
Skid Row's okay. Skid Row's okay, but not Rat.
Speaking of hair metal, did anyone watch that Nickelodeon cartoon Rockzilla?
Actually, I think Whitesnake was pretty fucking cool too.
Yeah.
White Snake's great.
I did.
Scorpions are okay. Def Leppard is okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did. But yeah, that was the bad algorithm choice, gentlemen. I apologize for that.
Oh
That
no,
was-
it's fun. Sometimes the bad ones are even more fun because we get to make fun of it. So it's all good. All right. Well, we are gonna go around the horn, do some outros. We'll start right here with you, Mr. Burger. Tell everybody where you're gonna be tomorrow night for trivia.
Tomorrow night after Flashcast is the Mr. Burger Mega Trivia Show. As always, we're doing about 1,200 views in the middle of the night. That ain't too bad if you can get it. Music trivia, movie trivia, sports trivia, and all sorts of trivia coming at your ears. The only live action trivia game show on YouTube. Be there and be square with the Mr. Burger Mega Trivia Challenge after Flashcast, wherever books are sold. Listen, on that particular note, B.S. Warren and I, and on the occasion, Vaughn, Iron Oxide, and other people will make the scene on the grassy knoll. Miss Warren and I were supposed to cover a little bit of Diddy stuff, but I've been kind of off my game in the afternoons. But we'll get back with it next week. We do little short things on the Diddy stuff, about 10 minutes, 20 minutes. When we talk about it, we sneak in a bit of a UFO stuff, a little bit of Kandahar Giant stuff, but mostly we're all about the Diddy stuff. For example, why are the 5 people that helped found Bad Boy Records, all 4 of them are dead? With the exception, well, not 4 of them are dead. 3 of them are dead. 1 of them was in a coma, and Diddy is on trial. Why did that happen? Who's responsible for it? And why will you never see the Epstein list, but most likely you will see the Diddy list? Also, one other quick thing that I'm running down, and then I'll say this, I'm done. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis are on their way to divorce. And there's a reason for that that is directly linked to the trial that's going on with Diddy right now. Hecklefish 2028.
Awesome. All right, Vagabond, what you got going on, man?
Tomorrow I will be on Theo Snodgrass, Touch Grass, and then I'll be on Anime for the Homies tomorrow night. Not this Sunday, but probably the following Sunday. The first episode of I Swear It's Not Hentai podcast.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then other than that, I got a video, my live stream where I was playing Among Us with Dermy Wormy and Ballbusters crew is blowing up like crazy. I can enjoy the views. But yeah, if you want to keep up what I'm doing, like and subscribe. Also, since Iron's not gonna say it, like and subscribe to this podcast.
Thank you.
Where if
Yeah, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
And then if we get to 1,000 subs on this podcast, Iron and Selena are going to have twins. So you
Yeah,
heard
I have
it
that
here,
kind of
folks.
control, apparently. I
Yes.
can just. Well, we hit the sub goal. We're gonna make it happen.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Irish
Iron.
twins. You can always do Irish twins.
Yeah. So other than that,
telling that.
yeah, you'll see me on different podcasts. You might be hearing my dogs in the background right now. They started to howl right now, but for whatever reason. So other than that, yeah, just catch me all over the place.
Hell yeah, Arza, what you got going on, man?
Just doing the same old. One video, one short video, just to summarize the longer video on YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, TikTok, and of course X over at Arza Chats right here. If you think I'm funny, if you think I'm weird, if you think I'm somewhat handsome, feel free to go over there and subscribe to me because I put out videos relatively consistently. And of course, if anybody has any kind of show that they want me on or think that I'd be good on a podcast, just reach out to me because I like doing this and it's fun, so I'd like to do it more. And I just cover pop culture, and most people here already know what I do.
Awesome. Yeah, everybody go sub to Arza. You know who you shouldn't sub to? That's Battsauce, because he's not going to get beat me to 700. You can subscribe to
Dude.
Battsauce after we're at 700.
Dude,
don't
I
care
got
if
like
he
5
passes
subs
me
during the
after
show, so I was like, "Hell yeah!" I'm 13 away right now. Like that's really
I'm
close to
unsubbing
700
right now. You son of a
now.
bitch.
Don't.
What you got going on, man?
Well, if you don't want to do that, just go to my Substack, my email list to get the updates on it. It's the best way. I put work in my newsletter every month, Just check it out. Sign to the fucking newsletter. It's cool. And maybe learn something and be less retarded than you are. All right.
Well, I'm just glad to see Battsauce is. I'm glad to see Battsauce is okay. I had heard that he died in a grease fire set by Vaughn Coleman. I'm glad that's not true.
I'm impervious.
He's
And
got better.
actually, he hit my mom's house. Apparently, you don't know, Burger. My mom's house burned up. So,
I had heard someone involved with you was involved in a grease fire. So I'm glad that is not the case. If it burned, unfortunately, condolences to your house, mom's house.
Yeah, justice for Battsauce and Vaughn Coleman deserves prison. All right, and last but not least, Sketchy Jesus, what you got going on, man?
Well, yeah, we got the album that just dropped earlier today. It is our debut album. It's called Act One Reveal. If you go check it out, if you want to buy it, the Bandcamp link is, I believe, in the chat. Also, you can find us on Spotify. I don't think there's anything called Act One Reveal on there, but find out. But yeah, if you at least just go give it a listen. It's angry, yelly, I hate my mom music. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and gonna have the second album coming out within the next year. And I also do a podcast, a live stream, Mondays and Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. It's called The Whiskey Capitalist. Got a bunch of awesome guests coming up here soon. Actually, I have ProDad coming up at the end of June, and a bunch of cool people. I've had most of the people that I've seen on here. Battsauce, I just sent you a message. If you want to send me one back, it'd be cool to have you on the show. And Arza, I just added you on Twitter. So anytime you want to come on and we talk about shit, it's fine. It's just politics, pop culture, trending news, whatever.
That'd be cool. I'd be down.
Yeah, and it's it's a lot of fun. It's just like fucking having drinks and talking politics and bullshitting with basically what I think is like at a bar talking with your friends, talking shit about politics. So we do funnies at the end, so that's always fun. And then yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, me and my wife, we do a live stream every other Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, called the Till Death Podcast. We kind of paused it for about a month and a half while the album was coming out, and we got a bunch of stuff going on right now, but we are going to start it back up here in June. So that's a lot of fun. We just talk about husband and wife stuff, weird stories that we find on the internet, dick and fart jokes, all the things that you should talk about with your wife. And actually, I was going to say we do have we don't always have guests on and everything like that, because it's just kind of our thing. But whenever we do have guests, it's usually like a husband and a wife or a boyfriend and girlfriend and stuff. And I was actually gonna say if you and Selena want to come on,
oh yeah,
that'd be a lot of fun. And
absolutely, man.
And yeah, and I was going to talk to you a little bit, after we get backstage. I was going to talk to you about something too, Iron. But yeah, man. And if you want to go out and buy the album, listen to it, go follow us, do all the things, that would be awesome. And come join all the titty peens in the chat.
We are actually going to close out on, if you don't mind, go ahead and play Everyone Has Demons in a Glass House.
Okay, can we do a different one, because that was the single.
Sure,
that was the single that came out. Any of the other ones, the lately It's Been All Hyde and No, or It's Been All I've Been All Hyde and No Jekyll. I'd probably say that's the best one.
Hey, Iron, can you stick around for about a minute after the show, please?
Yes.
Oh yeah. We'll all be hanging out backstage after the show. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, but we are gonna close on Lately It's Been All Hyde and No Jekyll from the new album by Hero and Me. And here we go. Gonna put it on. Whoop. If I can share my screen again. 1 second.
That's unimportant.
Yeah, Selena's never taking another day off ever.
Last time you almost got demonetized, and this time,
Right. But here we go. And everybody have a good night. As soon as the song's over, the show's over. So go check out the link to the album in the chat, and have a good night, everybody.
want you, that's the word left you are. So here you are now, you're ready to die. You're just so west. So here you are now, you're ready to die. You're just so west. Disgrace of the human race. Is it easy to fight that? Where's no place to call your own? Your own. Where's no place to call your own? Your own. If you live your life, if every little thing's about you, you'll be left alone in the darkness. Trust you. Now you're on your own. All is not forgiven. Your transgressions are when you heal. All is not forgiven. Your transgressions are when you heal. The world starts spinning again. We'll survive. I don't feel so God have Is it easy to fight life? Where's no place to call your own? Your own. Where's no place to call your own? Your own. If you live your life, if every little thing's about you, you'll be left alone in the darkness. Trust you. This is a statement. This makes you fly. This is a statement. This makes you fly. You did this to yourself. You're wrong. When your world starts caving in, you survive.